Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking my show Roleplay on the road. We're going across all of NI in May, June and July. On the 10th and 11th of May, we're at the Lyric in Belfast. The 18th of May, the Old Courthouse in Antrim. The 8th of June, Portico and Portaferry / Ards, depending on what you like. The 14th of June, we're at the Ardoin Theatre. The 15th of June, Daly's Comedy Club. The 16th of June, Brickwork Comedy Club in Derry. The 21st of June, the Marketplace. The 22nd of June, the Braids Art Centre in Ballymena. The 5th of July, the Kiwis in Port Rush, and the 12th of July, Boiler Room in Strabane, and the 13th of July at the Old Church in Cushendun. If you want to come and see my show Roleplay, get your tickets now. The ticket link is in the description of the podcast. If you're a fan of the Sly Guy podcast and want extra content, early episodes, we just recorded episode 200 of the extra Sly Guy podcast, so that's 200 extra episodes that you can catch up on, audio only, of course, over on Patreon. As well as that, we have some sneaky behind the scenes things going on. We're working on a few projects. What's inside the magical pot? Magic, obviously, 'cause it's a magical pot. But if you want to see what that is, you want to get access to some, maybe, I don't know, it might rhyme with merch, head to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. Or if you don't want to just be typing into the space bars, I don't know, I didn't do IT. If you I don't know what the wee bar that you look in the internet, you just want to go straight to it, or at a click in the description of the podcast. Support the podcast for as little as £2 a month and help us improve. Not the general content, because it's great, but you know, the setup basically. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Modest have been down with us since day one, and to celebrate, we've got 15% off when you're checking out of your Modest purchase at www.modestbeer.co.uk. That's right, you want 15% off their beer or 15% off their merch, use the code SLYPA15 at checkout. That's SLYPA15 at checkout. Get Modest, get it in India, get it now.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Sly Guy podcast. See if you're listening to the podcast on audio only, I hope you enjoy it, of course. But if you're one of the watchers on YouTube, I want you to really look at the decor of the studio, because this is the second from last week that it's going to be like this. Now, how do I know it's the second from last week? Because I've already recorded an episode that's going out next week. So that's giving me time to do a wee bit of work on the studio to change the look of the podcast a bit. This nice logo, it's been the logo from the Sly Guy podcast from day one. We're changing it up. We have a beautiful new logo coming in that I hope everybody is excited to see. I'm excited to get it together. It's a fun time, but I just want to let everybody know that offhand. And again, thank you for everyone that's been listening. The listens are going through the roof. The views are on the rise. It's a great time to be involved in the podcast. So I appreciate that. I hope you are enjoying the content. Again, people are very quick to get into the comments on Patreon and things, and I appreciate it. So if you want to ask questions on the podcast, head on to the Patreon, see everything that's going to be happening over there. We're going to put some of the new logos out there for people to see. There maybe some merch coming out soon. You get early access to that if you're on Patreon as well. It's the place to be. So it's been a fun time for the last few weeks on the podcast. And if you want to keep on top of it, if you're just a casual listener, wherever you get it, whether it's audio only, it's video, subscribe wherever you get the podcast. It really helps us get new eyes and ears on the podcast. So you can subscribe, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever it is, hit that subscribe button. It does really help the podcast, especially since we're changing the look of it, and I maybe have obviously children to look after and stuff, and I might have to remortgage my whole entire house to do so. But hey, listen, we're living the dream, and this is the dream that we're living. And speaking of dreams, I just want to quickly, before I get into the guest part of the podcast, I want to say thanks to everybody who has watched my little appearance on Series 2 of Blue Lights. I wasn't really sure if I was allowed to fully come out and talk about it yet. I don't know if I was allowed to, but now it's dropped. I think I can pretty much say whatever I like. You know, all the episodes are there on iPlayer, so you want to go over there, check it out, head on over there. Blue Lights is great. Yeah, I was a big fan of season 1 of it, so to actually be involved in the second series was really, really cool for me. And the feedback's been really good, so I appreciate everybody that shared it and reached out about it. And again, listen, it was such a fun experience. I absolutely loved it. You know, I was delighted to see it back. Because again, as a comedian, when you're there and you're going out and you're being silly, when you do something a bit more kind of serious, that's maybe a bit out of your usual comfort zone, the anxiety levels are definitely through the roof. So whenever I was waiting, as like anyone else, to see the episode, I was like, oh no, I hope I've not made a balls up of this. And thankfully, I think we passed. Thankfully, it was grand, and I was pretty chuffed with it. So I played a guy called Brendan. If anyone has not seen it, there may be spoilers in this. I'll try not to. But the character I played was Brendan. He's a complex guy. Now, I don't want to say that... I'm not one of these guys who push things. You know what I mean? I don't like to push things. I don't like to... But listen, all I'm going to say is just on a cuff, Triple B, bring Brendan back. There's another 2 series, just bring him back. The fans need to know what happens to him. They need to know. And I'm not going to be starting a motion here. I'm not going to be putting like a hashtag on the bottom of the screen here. Triple B, bring Brendan back. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start the Triple B movement hashtag on Twitter, X, or wherever you social media use. I'm not going to start the campaign. I don't want there to be some kind of campaign like Deirdre, free Deirdre Rashid and Coronation Street. I don't want that. I don't want people to be like, oh, bring back Brendan, hashtag Triple B. I don't want that. However, if people were to choose to do so, I wouldn't hate it. That's what I'm saying. People are people. They can do what they want. You can do what they want. Hashtag Triple B. That's up to you. It's fine. But all I'm saying, joking aside, it was a fun experience. Everybody involved, from the cast, the crew, the everyone behind the cameras, just everybody. It was just a fun experience to be on. So again, thank you to everybody involved. Pleasure to be a part of it, and then to actually see that it's come out all right. Loved it. So it was a lot of fun this week. And again, to the listeners of the podcast who were very kind with their comments, I appreciate that. Because here's the thing, seeing you do a podcast, sometimes podcast listeners are legends. Some of them are very sound. Now, some of them are the most impatient, angry people in the world, and they're like, fuck's a podcast. Now, we missed an episode last week, and I was really rushing to put one out, and then I said to myself, you know what, I'm not going to do that. And you know why? Because there's a book in Easter holidays. And by the way, I don't know why the Easter holidays this year seemed like they were 14 weeks long. I don't know. Every Easter holiday, they just get longer. Like, I remember when I was in school, we got Good Friday and Easter Monday off, and we're back to school on Easter Tuesday. Because what would Jesus do if he wasn't killed? He would get up out of his pit and he'd get into work, and he would get it done. Because Jesus is the original influencer, the original motivation guy is Jesus Christ. And he would have been up and he'd been like, listen, winners win. What would Jesus? And that's a weird saying, isn't it? Winners win. By the way, just want to point that out. That is weird. That is just like saying any occupation in the world does anything that they say they do. Bakers bake, nurses nurse. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. But Jesus, my point is, he would be up and he'd be at it. He wouldn't be a school that would give kids 14 weeks off. That's merely all I'm saying. Not that I've been mentally scarred and hit by having to look after my own kids for 3 weeks. No, it's fine. It's all good. However, I would say if Easter holidays are 2 weeks again, I'm going to lose my shit. And if you thought that Brendan and Blue Lights lost the shit, wait to see me with a long Easter holiday. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of losing their shit, you guys are probably losing your shit because I've not got into the crux of the episode yet. And listen. I couldn't say listen at all there. You can rewind back and go, did he say listen right once out of those 3? I think the very last one, I may have hit the L and said listen, but the rest, I fucked that up big time. But listen, this week's podcast is a cracker. It's one of my genuine friends in comedy. It's just, you know what, we're actually normally record this during the day, but we're recording it in an evening. So it's just a couple of friends hanging out with a couple of mics in front of us, you know what I mean? It's one of my favourite comedians to watch and one of my just favourite friends to hang out with and chat with. It's the man, the myth, and the legend. Yeah, he would be like, oh, sir, I'm not a legend. I'd be like, fuck, be less hard on yourself. It's Rory Woods. Not Roy Woods. Rory Woods. I'm worried about this podcast because I haven't recorded it yet, and I can't say listen and I can't say Rory. It's Woodsy, okay? Enjoy the episode and listen. Please do not start a campaign. I was only joking. Don't start a campaign. Triple B. Don't start it. Don't bring Brent back. Don't do it. Enjoy the episode. We'll just get going. Woodsy, welcome back to the podcast. We're just talking some shop here real quick, but see off the top, I mentioned in the introduction that we're changing the studio a wee bit, and I don't know whether to keep this desk or not. I might get a black one, and then also maybe make the desk a bit darker as well.
Yeah. What would you do with this desk though? Because people have signed the shit. Could you take the top off?
Yeah.
And maybe have it on the wall?
You know what I might do? I might take the top off and I might just give it to some community on the 12th.
Yeah.
Just let them burn it the 11th night and be like, there you go. Head on down. There's Patreon exclusive content. Just burning the table.
This is a palette signed by Shane Todd. Like, this is worth.
Yeah, there you go. There's a signature there. There's Justine Stafford. There's Diona. Have you signed it?
I have signed it.
Good.
Somewhere.
You'll be in there somewhere. Johnny Bowe's there. Geddes is there. Butler.
Yeah. I mean, you could get £13, £14 for this. Like, easily.
But you know what? I would give it away to the boys. And then that's that would be great content. The people would love to see that. Can you imagine if there's like, whatever happened to that signed table?
Yeah. Where'd it go?
Tell you what happened.
Yeah.
UDA.
Yeah.
They got it and set it on fire.
Yeah. UDA on eBay.
There you go, UDA on eBay.
Which is hard to say first time, and I did
it. It is actually, you did it straight out, yeah.
Yeah. I've been gigging loads, so I'm sharp as a tack.
Nice. I'm as sharp as a rubber the minute, which is not ideal, you know. But do you ever have a moment where you're like, oh yes, this is going to be something here? I was chatting to the old boy in the shop today.
Right.
And I went in to buy eggs, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you know yourself, when you spend a wee bit of time walking around the shop,
yeah,
there's some other things that tickle your fancy. So by the time you get to the desk, you've way more than you planned.
Yeah, and you didn't get the eggs?
No, didn't get the eggs, nothing. I just ended up scallions, potatoes, and carrots.
Star Mix, Haribo, multi-pack of Snickers. And
of course, on the way out the door, kitchen roll. But I got to him and I was like, "Whoa." He goes, "Do you need a bag?" And I was like, "I think so. I think I need a bag here." And he was like, "Fuck, this happens all the time." And I was like, "Mate, tell me about it. I have a cupboard full of bags for life."
Yeah.
I buy them every time and be like, "I'll bring that back in." But then I'm too lazy because I take the groceries in my bag.
Yeah.
I bring them into my house, then I empty the bag and I go, should I put that back in the car? And I go, fuck it, I have a cupboard for that.
Yeah. And
then that's where it lives. And then I spend 50p or whatever it is in a bag for life every bastard time in the shops.
I feel like that story should be accompanied by the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
Yeah.
Just when you realise you don't have the eggs. Do
you know what? Here comes the M. Night Shyamalan twist. I remembered the eggs.
Did you, mate?
Mm-hmm.
Sharp as a tack.
Listen, sharp as a tack. Forgot the Spectator, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, forgot to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well,
do you ever steal, do you?
The closest I've got to stealing, apart from the hearts of many, is
to sell in the black market.
I think. But do you remember Paper Chase? Do you remember that chain of places?
Yeah, you know what? Have cheaper pens.
Don't start them on the pens.
Yeah, fuck me.
They used to have pick and mix, and now this was a dodgy setup, but basically you'd have to sort of weigh it yourself and then bring it to the till
with
and
sweets.
and say how much it was. Like this one, like it had cards and stationery, but it used to have like a wee sweet station. So you were supposed to weigh it and be like, this is £8. Yeah. Then they would charge you £8.
Yeah.
But naturally, as a kid, with all the fucking flying saucers and flumps, you didn't tell the truth. No. So there was times I had 13 quid's worth of stuff.
As in, like, you meant to tell the truth, but you're just too high on sugar, you forgot?
Yeah, because you would eat away. And there's times I would at least have like 15 quid's worth of stuff and say it was 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And they not check it?
No. You know what I mean? Because if they were checking it every single time, they'd be checking it more often than not.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing pick and mix probably for that reason.
Yeah, because it's Paper Chase. I thought, what a great idea. Are you doing a pick and mix into a pencil case with stationery? Which would just be, that would be the dream.
Yeah, just rubbers and protractors and selling compasses to fucking nerds.
You know how much of a full adult I am? Whenever you said rubbers there, I thought condoms. I was like, that's interesting. Schools need more Johnnies.
Yeah, especially if you have to weigh them and then declare.
Yeah. What's the load? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Yeah.
Imagine condoms were like, had weight classifications like the UFC.
I would definitely surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, you're going to be it? No. It's a little one, don't worry about it.
Yeah. I feel like if you had a big fat dick, it would be like, same way you measure a duvet, like tog.
Yeah.
16 tog Durex.
And then you put on the condom like you put on a duvet.
Yeah.
You put it on inside out.
Yeah, exactly, man. See, when my wife told me that she can do bedding by herself, and I was like, get the fuck. And she goes, well, I can do all the bedding by myself, put the duvet on. I was like, that's impossible to do with one person. And she showed me the inside out, corner to corner.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a sugar babe song, corner to corner. And then she just went, and it came down, and I was like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking infrared and Bluetooth.
It is unbelievable.
That's
However, it is very much one of those things that works, But then if you grab the wrong part, but you think it's the right part, you fucked your day.
Oh yeah, when the
You
buttons
fucked your
are at
day.
the wrong bit.
And maybe you're putting it in like you're putting it. This can work for the condom adage as well. You're putting it in at the wrong angle.
Yeah.
It can be. And you know what I did once? I have this move. Right, not in the bedroom. Well, in the bedroom, but while making the
You
bed.
have 2 kids, you have moves.
No, listen, yeah, but we had sex once, figured out. But I did this thing where like my move was similar, but I grab the ends, pull it, and then I shake, and then dive in the bed, like spread it out everywhere. You know, I'm flamboyant.
Like 5-star frog splash.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I had, and the problem is I was ever so slightly off the middle of the bed when I did that the last time, and I dove an angle and just flipped over into the cupboards in the corner, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Catherine heard the noise and was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Nothing, just a slip there."
sweet. Yeah.
Well, but whereas if she'd have seen what actually happened, I would divorced.
Oh yeah.
I'd be
100%.
fully divorced.
It's a test of character and a test of a relationship doing the bedding together, because when it gets to the point where you're finishing off and doing the button, the clicky button bit,
Yeah.
Lisa will do about 30 buttons and I'm on my second.
And see, but by the end of that, you aren't speaking anymore.
Oh
Sometimes.
no, there's pure hatred.
So
Absolute hatred.
yeah, I don't think people realise what goes on day to day. We joke about it being like a Cold War, but it is.
Oh yeah.
Every action has a reaction. Every move you make is noted.
Yeah. Every move you make. That's all I heard. There was the Sting complaining about his marriage.
But then he just fucks for 14 hours and then he thinks it's all
does.
better.
He does. He just gives us stacks and then.
But when Sting comes, does he die? That's such a fucking shit joke. No, when Sting
here's
comes,
a message in my bottle. Salad cream.
But when Sting comes, is it any better after 14 hours than just beating one off really quick or having a wee quickie? You know?
No. I would assume after 14 hours, the anticipation would add to the tog of the load. Like the severity of the load will go through the roof, literally. Like
I mean,
the structure of your house is like
but is
dodgy.
there a load capacity? Is there a maximum load?
Is there a maximum jizz?
Yeah, like, or can you?
I'll let you know.
Because I don't know if there's more than 4 heartbeats of jizz. Like, I don't know if that's what it's measured in, but
Yeah.
you know, usually you can.
I don't
sort of
think
feel
it's
a
measured
heartbeat. You're never like, and every heart's beating. It's like, and especially if your heart rate's up a wee bit.
Yeah.
Like,
What's the animal that has loads of hearts? Cow or something?
oh, it doesn't have a couple of stomachs, just
Yeah, I'm thinking stomachs actually. I'll be sure.
loads of hearts.
Yeah.
Maybe just people really loads of heart, like just real fucking
Yeah.
triers.
Yeah.
You know, Park G's son just jizzes for fucking hours. Because there's a man with heart
Yeah.
right there.
That's the boy who's Park G hung.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you know what? I don't know. I'd imagine he's probably put the work in, but don't know if he's, you know, bringing heavy carry on.
No,
you know, I don't think he needs to put it into the cabin. If you know what
He's like a light summer blanket in terms of tog.
I mean. Yeah.
He's not a 16 togger like.
No. Well, he's a tugger, I'd reckon. 16 tugger.
Paul Scholes,
Yeah.
16 tog easily.
Yeah. Big piece on him.
I'd say so.
I think
Scholesy.
Scholesy's piece was available on the internet
Really?
to look at photos of it. Yeah.
I thought you meant available as if like it's on
Yeah,
Prime, it's
he
on
could-
Prime Video or
Yeah.
something.
He's just imagine Paul Scholes became an escort.
Yeah.
Did he do something like weird? Did he suck his daughter's feet or something weird?
I don't know. Was that not Tarantino who sucked his daughter's feet? I don't know.
More than one person seems to. So I've never sucked my daughter's feet.
Yeah.
I've pretended to eat them,
Mm.
like their feet.
Yeah.
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 Not like them generally. Be like, listen, I'm just going
Yeah.
to kill you and eat you
Yeah,
here.
just wrapping them up in a bit of sourdough and be like,
Yeah.
post
You know,
the photo.
I've never looked at my kids and gone, I want to eat them though.
Yeah.
You know, dogs on the other hand,
Would you eat the dog, would you?
not my current dog, but my mum and dad's old dog. They like my mum and dad had a wee Jack Russell, and he was like a nice brown colour.
Yeah.
And when he lay there, his leg looked like a tasty, like a chicken wing thigh.
Yeah.
You know, and not chicken wing, like a chicken thigh. And I was
Yeah.
looking at going, that would cook well in a bar. Like,
Yeah.
to be fair, I was balls deep in watching The Walking Dead at that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I'd stick him over the barbie.
Yeah. Or in the apocalypse, it's totally fine. If you do
Yeah.
it just because it's a good day
Yeah.
and you're like, sun's out,
Yeah. Sun's out. Where's your
dogs
dog
on the
at?
grill.
Yes. Then there's the name of the episode, Dogs on the
Dogs
Grill.
on the grill. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like you strike me as a guy who has thought about your first course of action should there be an apocalypse.
You see, somewhat in that I know I would just I would collapse in every respect, where I'm just like, so the apocalypse is happening, and I'm like, but does this mean the chippy's now not open? Or does that mean, or maybe the chippy won't take it seriously for the first couple of hours, I can still get a battered sausage meal, and then probably just get eaten by a zombie or something. I'd be happy enough.
Yeah, like, you've watched some of The Walking Dead, haven't you?
Yeah, I watched it when it was good.
Yeah. When did it stop getting good? When they went to like the 4th village place? It was exactly the same as the previous 3 village places.
Yeah, it
like,
was just another place surrounded by barbed wire and full of dickheads.
Yeah. The crown one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any barbed wire in there. I don't know why it came in my head there. And I meant Russia, not the gay bar. That'd have been weird.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah. Like the TripAdvisor for the Kremlin in Belfast, going, there's a lot of barbed wire, and you get up and it gets caught in your brassiere.
Yeah, your dick. But
you know what? On the skin.
Do you reckon ever that we'll get back to The Walking Dead in a second, but do you reckon Putin knows that there's a gay bar in Belfast called the Kremlin? Do you reckon it fucking really annoys him?
I don't know, but I'm sure he will sue them for annoying.
You know Vladimir Lenin? Not personally, but you know...
Is he the Celtic manager? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
He was like he was the OG of communism.
Right.
I believe.
And he pioneered it, did he?
Yeah, he's like, I think, well, no, was it Lenin? That was the first one?
Or was it McCartney, no?
There's probably some wee fucking stinking student eating fucking sardines right now being like, no.
Yeah.
But listen.
It was my idea.
But Lenin, I think he was the communist guy. The original. Now, again, my history lessons leave a lot to be desired, but I think he was the OG communist guy, and I know he is in the Kremlin currently. They have his body preserved. You can Google it. It's very weird, but it's all like, do you ever like think people do things it's like, that's a bit weird that you've done that? Like, just bury him. There's a guy whose job is just tidying him up a bit, making him not look fully dead, although he's been dead for about 100 years.
Lifting the arm, putting a roll on.
Yeah, just stick a wee bit of fucking roll on him, and just a bit of Lynx Africa.
Yeah.
To be our Lynx Kremlin. I don't know what they
spread
have.
over him, just let it fall on him like a mist.
Yeah, but then that might melt him.
And manscape.
Yeah. I mean,
you'd probably have to, would you? The pubes keep growing?
I don't know.
Amidst the decay. Imagine just a skeleton there with the full fucking bag hair, but still in that lovely...
He just looks like a hippie. Just a big long hair and then a wee big crooked nose just hanging out. I don't know. Vibes. I mean, what I will do, that'll be my first contact with Russia. I will send them a letter and ask, listen, random one here. Fair play to what you're up to in the Ukraine, but also, does Lenin still have pubes? Are they still growing? Do you have somebody who has to manscape? Right enough? Because why is Manscaped not sponsor his mausoleum?
Yeah, exactly. They sponsor fucking everything else. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know how they last, but
yeah.
But the point is, his body's in there.
Yeah.
It's dead. He's in there, the OG of communism. But also there's a statue of him outside Union Street. Yeah. Like that. And I don't know if he's that buzzing about that.
There's just a traffic cone and stuff.
Yeah, you know what they should do? Put a dildo in his hand. That would be a better way to do it there.
I think everything, just in terms of being inclusive, everything should have a dildo included. So even when you go to Forbidden Planet, any Star Wars memorabilia, instead of a lightsabers, Luke Skywalker should have a dildo. Yeah, just to have gay people feel included.
Yeah, there's Boba Fett with a double ender. Yeah. Go away. Or what's that your man called? Darth Maul with the double ender.
Darth Maul, he's got the double eye. Count Doogie's got the bent one.
And what would Jar Jar Binks have?
He would probably have like just his mouth would be a flashlight, really.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? Just for the nerdies, the people just like a normal flashlight is not enough. Yeah. I would like a more intergalactic themed flashlight, or a flashlight that's in keeping with my love of Robot Wars or some shit. Or I mean, Transformers.
That would make that, like they've rebooted the Gladiators recently. They could reboot.
I've seen that. Isn't it Bradley Walsh and his
son?
Wee fella.
Yeah.
How is that going down?
Is he called Willie Walsh or something? Isn't he? I don't know. I think something like that.
Willie Walsh, I think it's just got. I've seen they've rebooted it. I haven't seen any of it.
Barney
Walsh.
That's his son, Barney Walsh. Yeah.
Right.
Bradley, Barney, and Willie Walsh. Willie Walsh, I don't know. He sounds like someone that would definitely be involved. Like he would have got out on the Good Friday Agreement.
Oh yeah, they sound like
Willie Walsh,
sort of side characters, and get my head pieced, don't they?
Yeah,
fucking Willie Walsh. Give it a try sometimes. You know, man, Lennon still got pubes.
And fuck, Lennon's got a better smell dick than you, will he, Wash? Fuck's sake.
There's a lot to be desired. Scrambled egg in the
And
dick.
trust me, it does be desired.
Oh, it's free from desired. Oh.
Yeah. That'd be good banter, though, if you like that. That's it, listen. Zelensky,
Yeah.
in your bunker, if you're listening,
Yeah.
steal Lennon's body.
Yeah, Ronan Zelensky.
Yeah.
Love. Local comedian, great act.
Do a weekend at Bernie's with Lennon's corpse. Bring a weekend in Donetsk. But he would just fall to bits. He must be attached with like chicken wire now.
He would fall to bits and pieces, I think.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any of the original gladiators? Was it your school? Was that a thing?
I think Cobra did. Cobra,
went
yeah.
to my school, man.
Cobra did the rounds. What you'll find out, Cobra's going to be an OG nonce now. Will you see?
Oh yeah.
Cobra, Savile, and what do you call him? What's that guy called? Rolf Harris.
Yeah, yeah. It's just somebody playing an oboe there. That's the thing, man. I notice about all these sort of news stories recently. It's so hard to keep up that like people are talking about like Donaldson and Hawken and P Diddy as if like they were all in a WhatsApp group in cahoots.
Yeah, like,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are going like all them three are fucking like planning and conspiring between them to like abuse kids. And someone actually wrote, I was sending this to Colin, where it was like somebody wrote, I can't believe that you had the smartest man in the world, P Diddy, and that rapper. And I'm like, you're getting confused. Like P Diddy's a rapper, Jeffrey Donaldson was not the rapper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Jay Donny, like, but that is a thing because, and I don't know whether it's like a COVID thing or like I feel like conspiracies always exist.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists have always existed somewhere.
Yeah,
but I feel like with COVID, it's like they've come out.
Oh yeah,
like they're there at the Kremlin, they're having a coming out party, and they're like, no, it's all in cahoots. See, it's all like, I don't know. I've gotten into wormholes recently, and it's on the dreaded Chinese app that I try not to use.
Just Eat.
Yes, I mean, listen, I'm not doing too well at avoiding that, but on TikTok, why did I turn to Trump there? TikTok. There's two holes that I've gone down, Illuminati holes. There's one, and the second is Lennon's. No, the second is just like loads of sea stuff, like just rough seas. Yeah.
You're just watching videos of water?
Yeah, just loads of water, just big tankers getting across the North Sea, and then there's that song from Pirates of the Caribbean that they all sing really low. Have you heard that?
That sounds like a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a Stena
Scary
line.
shit. Yeah, but the Stena line, see if the Stena line has to go to Norway, it's fucked.
Yeah, no, there's no chance.
It's fucked. It's going under. But speaking of which, I always thought they stacked too many of those ships too high with the containers on them, and see when they hit the North Sea, fucked.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
No, there's just loads of kids' toilet accessories just underneath the North Sea now.
Easily.
It's wild. But that's what I get into. I get all that stuff, all conspiracy. Then I start seeing stuff about Illuminati and other stuff, and then it's like everybody's involved. See when you get to the elite level.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
So then they're like, that's like you said, the WhatsApp group, they're at the elite level.
Yeah.
Savile, Donaldson.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
All in everyone thinks they're all in cahoots and they're all.
But like,
the Illuminati would be unreal.
I mean,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? No, I wouldn't do anything dirty, but I would use the privilege.
But you know what? I was then got into looking at like the Freemasons. Be like, maybe I'll just go down, join. Yeah. Knock a door and be like, what do you
sign up?
You know, like gone are the days of having a wee bit of an interest and finding, because see people nowadays, I'm going to sound like an old dad here, but people can't speak anymore. Yeah. You know, like you can't ring anybody, you're always on your phone, you text everything. You'd rather send an email and you would be like I tried getting some insurance sorted during the week. Yeah. And I just wanted to be like, can I get insurance? Yeah. And then I rang up and eventually got through to somebody and was like, I will cancel my insurance, thinking they'd be like, we'll keep you. Yeah. They went, oh, sorry about that, bro. I was like, yeah. Fuck, wish I'd have just emailed
just called your bluff there.
Yeah, and I was like, I've been mugged big time. But like that, but you couldn't imagine now just going down to anywhere, knocking the door and being like, have a look around here.
Yeah, try anything once.
Yeah, and like, what would the stone, like, if I was in the Freemasons, I said stonemasons, that's a Simpsons thing, isn't it?
Stone cutters.
Stone cutters, yeah. But you go in, I would just be I would do weird wee things. If I was in, like, if someone came in, I'd be like, oh yeah, have a wee look around, but don't go in there. Yeah. Just keep it to yourself. Yeah. But then, what exactly, like, if you're a super rich celebrity, would that not do you?
Probably would. I feel like if I had to be in any sort of cult and stuff, I'm so unimaginative and so low maintenance that like Illuminati would be wasted on me, because they could say like you never get a parking ticket again, or you've unlimited bank account or something. But I'd be happy it would just be like low level, where it's like, you know, the way if you go to a certain like food place, you get an extra bit of meat.
Yeah.
There's a cost.
Does
Not for you, isn't?
this rhyme with Pujum?
Yeah.
So you're thinking?
Oh,
Like
I don't like that anymore.
No? Oh,
No, controversial.
oh well, what's happened? Have you fallen out?
It's gone downhill. It's like Game of Thrones. Everybody loved it, and then it just dwindled.
Yeah, and what do
It
you
got
think?
more popular, and it's just shite. Less quality of ingredients and stuff like that. It's a shame.
Well,
No,
and
there's other places to eat, like
And where do you go now instead for your fix?
for Mexican food.
Yeah,
Go to La Taqueria or Taquitos as well.
they're both very good.
They're both very good.
Yeah,
And then I would like to try any other places that'll have me.
yeah. Listen, any Mexicans, get in touch with Woodsy here.
I need the Mexican Sly Guy fan base.
Yeah, but you know, we used to be sponsored, of course, by Baby Adriano's down in Bangor, but we don't get sponsored by them anymore. So
Yeah.
through no issue, just
Yeah.
they were like, no, I'm sweet.
Would you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it one of these Mexican places that when you ask for guacamole, they ask as if like they will charge you a mortgage payment in order to get the guacamole?
No, I think it'd probably give you they give you a load.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd just book it
Okay.
in. And it's very fresh and tasty too, which I like.
Yeah, I would like to try it.
Yeah, but my point, I digress, about
The Illuminati.
the Illuminati is, it's whenever they start talking about eating kids and drinking their blood and all,
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, did that start as a wee joke at the outset and then someone fell for it? Like,
Yeah.
did they get somebody in the Illuminati?
Yeah.
And he goes, here's the thing. Like,
Ah.
I don't know, who go back, let's say, Marlon Brando. It's like,
Brando.
Brando was up to Gene Hackman or something. He's
Yeah.
like, Hackman, I don't know why he's doing his character. And he's like, what you need to do? You need to fuck that little boy over there. And Hackman's like, say less, fam. And he's fucking drilling him. And he's like, oh no.
He's already caxed down going, well,
Yeah.
that's handy that I have to do it because I'm fucking 2/3 of the way.
Am I in? And they're like, oh no. That was a wee joke. Fucking
I
hell.
suppose you have to be now.
Sinatra's like, you've really fucked that.
Yeah.
And Elvis like, oh, fuck.
Imagine like if Sinatra tells you that you went a bit too far, you're like, you know you fucked up because Sinatra
Yeah.
was a mad bastard. So
Yeah, but I just can't imagine one like being young's not sweet.
no.
I'm like, well, I want to remain young forever. Now just give me a load of money, let me die when I'm 60, buzzing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to fuck any kids or drink their blood. You're sweet.
Yeah. If you've learned anything from this episode, Dave doesn't want to fuck kids or eat them, and
No.
he's good like that.
I know, and I like to eat things, and I like
Yeah.
to fuck, just not
Yeah.
kids.
You draw the line.
Yeah, I eat burgers.
Wings.
Yeah,
Wings
wings.
are nice. Halloumi fries.
I was about to say halloumi. I had
Yeah.
halloumi involved in my dinner
Yeah.
tonight. Halloumi was in my sweet and sour
Yeah.
with a wee bit of broccoli.
Very, very nice.
Lovely.
But you don't eat kids and you don't fuck
No.
them, and that's just something that you decided that you're just going to stick to.
Yeah.
And more people should do that.
And if more people did, you know,
the world would be a better place.
we could probably still
Yeah.
enjoy Jim Will Fix It on Amazon
Exactly.
Prime.
Yeah.
But now we can't.
You could enjoy, some P Diddy songs.
But you know
Couldn't
what?
name me one.
That's another thing that I don't understand. I don't think I am down with what the term people trafficking means,
Right.
because they're like, everyone's a people trafficker. R. Kelly, people trafficker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, people trafficker is a Russian dude
Yeah.
who just steals somebody and puts him in the back of a van
Right.
and then takes him to London and's like, I'm your pimp and you fuck these people
Yeah.
now.
I'm imagining someone just in a high vis with a big stick just going like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like at least like flamboyant, like in New York, into the back of the van.
Like they're landing a plane.
I could actually do that with, well, actually take the people trafficking further, just lie them down, legs akimbo, big lights, and then pop your root into there.
Yeah.
Miroslav, what do you think of that?
There's
There's
close it.
20, yeah. No, keep them open. Yeah, I think that'd be. I mean, I'm not, again, maybe I'm a people trafficker now because that's a lot of fun, I was going to say,
Yeah.
but yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Like
Like,
it would be a while out of work, wouldn't it?
like
You
you're-
couldn't listen to them. Like.
but your boy from here who had the Chinese people in the back of his truck, and he's like, I didn't know they were in there. That's people trafficking to me. Literally, he's driving people through traffic.
And he didn't know there was a family of Chinese people in his truck.
Though I don't know if they're family, just loads of them.
Just
It's a full big crew of Chinese people in it.
just a load of them. And he didn't know they were in the back of the van.
So he said,
Well, he's letting on that
yeah.
he didn't look in the the rearview mirror.
Yeah, but then like this is another weird thing too. That again, this isn't a new segment of the podcast called Davey doesn't understand. So this could be a lot of things. I'll tell you another thing that I don't understand: pronouns. But that's the thing that Davey doesn't understand. One is how nowadays you can get truck drivers. Right now, any truck drivers, listen, get in touch with me and let me know.
Trucky Arla.
Yeah, writes itself.
Yeah.
The truck drivers, they go to the port.
And
then they just
play for City.
Yeah. Amherst.
Yeah. Port.
So they go to the port and they reverse their wee lorries on and they just clip the back to it and go give them a wee sheet and go, "You're taking it to Money Ray."
Yeah.
And he's like, dead on. That's fucking mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surely if you're taking a load,
Yeah.
you gotta be consenting to the load that you're taking.
Oh,
know what load you're carrying.
you should know what the load is.
You need to know what tog you're working with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine you think to yourself,
You could pull a muscle if you don't.
yeah,
know.
but like it's like, do you ever watch that thing where they do the fucking, they sell like a lot to somebody and they buy it? There's all storage hunters. Yeah, they do that. Like it's an element to that if you're just having random fellas just taking random loads to random places.
Imagine like you sort of bid on this lot and it's got like just a full Chinese family in there and you're like, oh Jesus, I wish I'd bought this now. Like, so
Well, there's a sitcom.
I haven't got the room in the house.
There's a sitcom you never thought you needed. And he's like, one man, one random purchase, 45 foster children. No.
And they'll have like that standard trailer thing where it's an orchestral version of like an
The
80s
Bird?
classic. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever watch trailers now where it's always like, it's Blue Monday,
Yeah.
or Love Will Tear Us Apart, or like Don't You Forget About Me, but it's like a big epic violin version.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like,
It'd be Oops, I Did It Again, but it'd be like a
be like, did you buy another lot? No, I didn't. I mean, that just is weird to me. How you could ever not know you have hundreds or like dozens of people. That's hundreds an exaggeration, but dozens of people in the back of your truck.
Yeah, nobody can be quiet for that long.
No. But Chinese people are quite subservient, so
Yeah.
I mean they're under communist rule, back to Lenin and his pubes again
Yeah.
for many years, you know, so maybe they are.
If it's long haul as well in
Yeah.
the truck for a long haul journey, I mean that's a lot of time to be pissing and shitting, and if you're not aware they're in there you might drive a bit more rambunctious
True.
and they could be flinging about in there.
I didn't even think about that.
Like
There's no
the back of
seatbelts
truck
in
would
them.
be like a walk and they'd be
Yeah.
going up the sides and all.
It'd be it'd be so raging too though, wouldn't it?
Oh, they'd be so raging.
Yeah. See the back and they're like, oh, they get inside it and they're like, what? This is not converted? Like, why is there no art studio in here? Where's Oliver Jeffers? Like, no, it's not.
Where's the fucking air fryer?
Oh, you'd be so mugged, wouldn't you? You'd be
Yeah.
like, and then nowadays you'd just be comfortable. You could live in there
Yeah,
straight up.
yeah.
But that's what I think people trafficking is. So I
Yeah.
don't know what R. Kelly, because all I knew about R. Kelly, like, people aren't really saying they're just like he was an ignorant bastard from all accounts. He's like
He was all rare, no manners.
yeah, he's just an ignorant bastard.
He didn't
like
get
that's-
around him, bastard.
No, he's just fucking rare bastard, as you
Yeah.
say. Like, I don't know, because I remember watching this documentary and this woman was like, "Yeah, he was terrible."
Yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, did he not let you leave the house?"
yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I could leave if I want." And then they're like, "Well, why didn't you?" You go, "Oh, he just had control over me." And it's like, "Well, did he say you had to stay there?" And she's like, "Nah."
No.
And if I was R. Kelly, I'd be like, "The fuck?"
He didn't restrain her against the will.
And then they're like, "No, but you married Leah when she was 15." He's like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah.
It always comes back to that.
There's such a thing about speaking about like celebrities that have been cancelled or whatever. There's such a thing about people from here, particularly like dad's generation, that sort of level where
Like us.
yeah, they can basically say like, oh, R. Kelly, like he fucking did all this here, and then like the sort of Northern Irish dad response would be like, oh, sure, his music was shite, and you're like, it doesn't really matter though.
Yeah.
If he's been abusing people, or if it was P Diddy who's doing all this horrible stuff with children, you're like, oh, but his music was fucking shite, and you're like,
come
oh, it
with
doesn't,
me. Oh yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
fucking
really
banger.
matter
Yeah.
if he didn't chart particularly well. If he's
Yeah, because see, that's what a lot of
Yeah.
people say about Michael Jackson. They're like, that's why he's not cancelled. Well, he's fully dead, like, so that's
Yeah.
as cancelled as you can be.
But you could still play R. Kelly songs in like a club.
But you know what? Some people will be like, you can't play any R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But the remixed Ignition was a
was a-
remix, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
The original Ignition, absolutely not.
Yeah. Like if a busker does it in the streets of Belfast, totally fine.
And like, if you hear that bounce, bounce, but yeah, but you're gonna do it.
It's an absolute banger
Yeah.
of a tune. But
Running your hands through my fro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great song.
dude.
Yeah, can I get a little beep beep? Yeah. Yeah, that's what he
That's
did.
the sound of the truck
yeah.
reversing.
But these bitches in my garage, yeah, keep them calm. Oh,
I mean, like if you were getting
Kells.
if R. Kelly was a people trafficker and he was driving a big truck, at least like if he was singing along to the radio, it'd be reasonably pleasant. I believe I can fly.
Yeah, and then the guys in the back of the truck, he puts the brakes on. I believe I can. Oh no! But then, like, do you remember he did that song, "Trapped in the Closet"? I say song. It was like 45 different comedy sketches. You heard this?
No, I don't think so.
Right. Okay. Well, this is what we're listening to on the way home.
Yeah.
It was. He calls it a hip opera. Now this is probably about 15 years late, if maybe 20 years late. Trapped in the Closet, but like it starts off. It's like he's in.
Narnia.
Like a bit nearly, he's there. Yeah, the witch in the wardrobe. He's there in a room getting down dirty with this woman.
Yeah.
And then the door opens and it's her husband, and he's like, he goes bollocks, and he hops in the cupboard.
Yeah.
But then when he's there, he's just like narrating what's happening.
Yeah.
But then it gets fucking ridiculous.
Really?
Turns into like a full gay love affair. There's midgets involved. It's fucking like. I implore you to just listen to Trapped in the Closet from whatever, and then just see by the end of it, you just go, I throw away the key.
Yeah.
Fuck, this guy's a header. See you later, R. Kelly, you fucking mad bastard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't understand what it is. Like, I think also because this is the thing too. Power has to be worth something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to be like, here, listen, if you come to this party, you may or may not be kept as a prisoner forever. Like, you can go back in time to all the like classic nursery rhymes and all.
Yeah.
You end up in the wrong castle, the Grumpy King. You're in the
Yeah.
dungeon. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's it. You have to learn lessons.
Yeah, but I don't know. Diddy's one, like, I know, R. Kelly, I like a lot of R. Kelly's tunes, in fairness. A lot of bangers.
I don't know much about P. Diddy's
Yeah.
or Puff Daddy's,
Paul Daniels.
Paul Daniels'
Yeah.
music with a puppet and all.
I used to
But-
sing and think I was mad. Wake up in the morning feeling like Paul Daniels. And then people would be like, who's Paul Daniels?
Yeah.
Fucking lost them, yeah.
I liked like you ever see Get Him to the Greek with
Yes.
Jonah Hill and Russell Brand,
Yeah.
who've also both been cancelled as well.
Yeah,
technically.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah
That was a
Hill.
weird cancelling. For anyone
He
who doesn't
was-
know, he was cancelled because he like wanted his girlfriend not to suck other guys off or something.
Yeah, but he was properly just like, don't breathe or blink unless I tell you to sort of level. Apparently he was super just like, I'm a 2-time Oscar nominee,
Yeah.
so I tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I work with Martin Scorsese,
Yeah.
so you'll be...
But see, it's
nothing
always people who started off as like nerds, isn't it? They were never like comfortable with themselves, get a bit of power and they go, wow.
Yeah, and they just don't know
No.
what to do themselves. That's
Like
why-
Keanu Reeves, always a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's not nonsense, no one, is he?
No, he's too chill.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
But
too sound.
yeah,
and all.
curb stomp his dog, another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that Get Him to the Greek film. Like, I know everybody on it's been cancelled, but Puff Daddy, whatever he's called, was fucking hilarious in that film.
Yeah.
It was like genuinely really fucking good.
Yeah.
So that's what annoys me. But again, that's such a thing. We were like, oh, but he was good in this film now.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due.
Credit words, exactly. Can you? But that's what a lot of people ask now. Can you separate the artist from the art?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your best example of that? Where you'd be like, you know what, he was maybe a bit of a shite, but
Well, there's actually so many now. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
track. Is there anybody that I personally sort of really liked? I mean, I always liked a lot of Kevin Spacey films.
yeah.
He's a creepy herd, but I could still watch Seven, Usual Suspects, and watch Superman Returns yesterday's and that.
There was
But- He's kind of creepy in every film anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not much of
but
a...
then he got away with it, didn't he? Like he's
Well, he just came out and said, "I'm gay.
yeah.
I'm so gay."
And they're like, well, in that case,
Yeah.
free.
Which is very insulting to gay people. When he's like, to get out of his horrible behaviour, he's like, "But I'm sure I'm gay," and they're like, "Oh, well, that's dead on."
But you see, this is where it happens. Like a lot of judges, that still kind of is like elitist, patriarchal system.
Yeah.
Where the majority of people are white-haired old men, like Bidens of the world.
Yeah.
So like if you're coming out being like you're gay, those old men are probably going, well, that's a fate worse than death there.
Yeah, it's-
Way you go. Off into the wilderness here.
Yeah, you've got enough to be dealing with.
Yeah, listen, come on, far ahead there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ here. You know, listen, apparently he's a prolific serial killing sex offender. Aye. But listen, he's lighting his feet. Away you go. You know, like, what? Fucking hell.
It's hard to keep track of all the people who've been cancelled.
Yeah, but you know, see the art and the artist thing. I have a reverse one. I have somebody I think's a really sound guy and I like him, but think his music's shite. It's Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, there's a fella, I could have a pint with him. He does really sound things. Like,
Yeah.
if I liked his music, I'd be like, this guy's a fucking legend.
Yeah, but-
Like, did you ever see him do a peep show? There was this video kicking around where he was in Amsterdam and Ed Sheeran did, like, he was doing a peep show.
Yeah.
Except he wasn't getting his cock out, like, he was just playing a wee song.
Yeah.
But, like, there was a guy in the street being like, do you want to pay €2 to see an Ed Sheeran peep
Yeah.
show? And people were like, no fucking way. He goes, no, it's Ed Sheeran doing a peep show. And they're like,
Yeah.
and then there was one guy by himself. You're like, you are genuinely a dirty bastard.
Oh, yeah.
You just want to see a wee Prince Harry looking fuck, like trying to
Yeah.
put his own dick up his arse. You know? And then he goes in the wee room, they sit down, and he's like, okay, and the curtain lifts up,
Yeah.
and there's just Ed Sheeran with his guitar.
Pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
There's a wee pedal on it. Dink.
And then after 2 minutes, it drops, and they're like, wow,
Yeah.
that was Ed Sheeran there. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what, is he going to wank now, or can I jizz in his wee guitar?
Yeah. When does the wanking happen?
Yeah. But I don't know.
So that was in Amsterdam, was it?
Yeah. Have you ever been?
I have been.
Did
Yes.
you? What did you do in Amsterdam? Stereotypical things, or did you dig deeper?
Ish. Yeah, we went as like a big group of peeps. So we went to the red light district.
All
Or
with
the-
dicks, or was it a mixed group?
No, my wife was there and stuff. So we did like the usual jazz, smoked a wee bit and fucked about. But I found it it's very strange.
No, hold on. You need to watch what you say in Amsterdam, because when you say we did all the usual shite,
Yeah.
smoked a bit, and then fucked about, you know,
Fucked
that's
about,
actually
yeah.
just went.
Yeah, we had a lot of chips. And
Yeah, the
mayonnaise,
RLD.
basically. I don't know. When I look back, I mean, it's such a strange city, in that it's so
Flat.
invasive and flat, and there's people and trains and bikes flying at you, but you can dander about stoned to the ball bag.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like you need to be stoned to not let that, because it's very like overstimulating. There's so much happening. You'd almost need to be stoned, because the minute you're aware of everything's coming at you in one direction, like it is,
Yeah.
like everything is,
Yeah.
you almost do need to be stoned to enjoy Amsterdam in a way. Because
Yeah.
I know people that have went and like, no, I don't smoke, and they're there for the Anne Frank Museum and to try fucking chips and mayonnaise and all that fucking and waffles and all.
Tell you what, that's the most miserable thing. Where you going, Amsterdam?
Yeah.
You're like, listen, hold your fucking weed.
Yeah,
I'm here to see a little girl got brutally murdered in a
Yeah.
fucking concentration camp.
yeah,
In fact, she didn't. She was starved to death. She just fucking killed the disease.
yes.
You know what this last thing about the whole Anne Frank scenario is? Her dad lived.
Did he?
Yeah. No, that's a different guy. I mean, so funny if P. Diddy owned Anne Frank. But, yeah.
What was her dad's name? Willie?
I
Willie was Frank.
I nearly genuinely went Frank, like as if I knew it.
It'll be Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager.
Yeah, that's why he's just living in purgatory, just for the mid-table team forever. That's
Yeah.
a fate worse than death. But
Playing
no,
cards with Ivan Tony.
yeah.
Bastard.
You won again, he's like. But yeah, her dad lived. So Anne Frank in the city, I think the mum was killed at the camps, and then I think Anne and her sister slyly died, like very close to the liberation of the camps,
Yeah.
which is so grim. And then he just had to live his life knowing that his. I think I would just be like, just kill me, give me a wee
Yeah.
kill, just give me a quick wee kill here. I don't want to
Yeah.
be with my kids. Like,
Yeah, and he just dandered on, lived his life.
oh no, he's like, fuck, she's written an ace diary here, and I'll make some serious coin out of
Yeah.
it. So it was him that like,
Distributed it.
yeah,
He put it in his blog, and
yeah, and he just there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank, he owns the house still, so he
Yeah.
probably went back being like,
He
this
started-
would be a good museum.
he started a podcast and all and tributed it. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's be frank.
Yeah. Frank's given. There we
Oh,
go.
but I had
Frank and Blurter.
I have I mean, I feel like I don't want to tell this story because I want to one day maybe make it into a bit, and I've asked for consent if I can have this story because it was so funny to me.
Right.
But a friend of my mum's was in Amsterdam with his partner, and the two of them were like, I'll go. And it was like, I think the day before they went home, they're like, let's go, you know, what's left on the bucket list to do
Yeah.
in Amsterdam. It's like, go see Anne Frank, and we have to do a wee brownie. And these are fellas, and they're like flipping their 60s maybe,
Right.
and they're like, you know what, we'll go to that. So they went round, saw the Anne Frank house, ticked off it, loved
Yeah,
that,
loved it.
great
Had
time,
a great time.
brilliant,
5
smashing,
stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would recommend,
Yeah.
10 out of 10, yeah, Groupon for it.
Yeah. Bit cold.
Yeah.
Strange trip adventure. Bit musty. Not much of the ambience was sour.
Yeah. Listen, not a good vibe.
Yeah.
2024. But then they're like, yeah, so we will go and we'll eat a bit of a brownie and see, get a bit of a buzz on.
Yeah.
So they get the brownie involved, and this guy was like, that's not working. So he just did it all, and he's like, it's grand. And he said as the evening progressed, he said he started feeling really weird.
Yeah.
And like, it's not a guy I'd be a frequent user of drugs.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't feel good. And he described to me, he was like, as the night went on, I started to believe I was Anne Frank. It's just such a weird feeling to get. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, it was weird. Like, I started to like panic, and it's getting real anxiety because I could hear tanks coming up the street. And he's like, I'm fucking freaking out. And he goes, when I was chatting to people in the bar, this fella was chatting to me, and he's like, what's your name? And he's like, oh man. And he's like, what? And he goes, yeah. And it's like, what's your name? And he's like, whatever the fella's name was. And then he was like I said, oh, did he ask your job? He's like, author? No, he's like, didn't say that. Like, yeah. But he's like, I really started panicking that I was Anne Frank and I was about to get caught. Yeah. And then he's like, right, so my partner just brought me back to the room, and he said he basically like wrapped me in a bed sheet and just left me there to just fucking have a full mental breakdown, high as a fuck. He'd be like, and he's like, I could hear the tanks and all. Yeah.
Watching like attic conversion videos.
Yeah. He's just fucking having a terrible time. And then the partner just went down the bar and just fucking had a great time. But then he said the next day he was like, fuck, that was the worst. I'm never trying whatever that was ever again. That's horrendous. But then he goes, because of the last day we went for a wee beer. Yeah. He's like, just before we went on, he goes, I had one sip of beer, and by the time I got to the end of my first beer, he's like, it started happening again. I was like, you're not fucking Bruce Banner. You know what I mean? You have to turn in. Yeah. Imagine that would be the worst Hulk ever. Just turning in that Frank.
I'm gonna write a superhuman diary about my experiences. The original blogger, OG.
Oh yeah, true. R.I.P. Anne Frank. Yeah. I you know what? We were chatting off air about podcasts getting very similar. Yeah. These days, very samey. Yeah. As any other podcast, give a big shout out to R.I.P. Dan Frank this week. Yeah. I don't know, unless Let's Be Frank does it every week. Give 1 minute silence to Anne, her sister.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a wee attic studio and tribute and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like nice wood paneling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The books.
Yeah, and it's like you have to be very quiet, so there's no. Yeah. So nobody hears. It's a podcast, so you don't want to. No. You don't want to be heard.
Yeah, that's it. How many listens? Still 0. And then when you get one listen, you're fucked off.
Are on this.
But you know what? Like, say what you want about the Nazis, they weren't civil, were they?
No, they're just no manners at all. No. There was a real distinct lack of soundness.
Do you reckon any of them were like, I don't like this?
I know. Again, most of them were just going like, I don't know. It's just as good as I feel. Yeah. In this tailored set.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this Hugo Boss suit's dope as fuck, but
I look swag.
You know what? I feel like, I don't want another poofy made out of human hair in my house. Like, I'm like,
despite looking queer and dapper.
Yeah.
I just feel that killing Jews, I'm away from the wife a lot, and it's just taking up a lot more time. This started as a wee hobby to get fit, and
then here we are. Like, and listen, I look good. Yeah, I look good, I feel good. Yeah, but the bonds is being lost a wee bit here.
Some of the Jews are dead on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because some of them don't die straight away, and you get a wee bit of a chat and go like, "Do you watch football?" And
like, listen, you really fucked me up here, but you just put me out of misery. Yeah. 9. But then like, see when it's like done, and the war's done. Like, I take it everyone doesn't just go to jail. All like the Nazis, or some of them are like, listen, work away there.
I was doing my job, just
Dietmar away back to your farm, and he's just like, I'm kind of. But everything that ever happens anywhere in the world, someone has to have an idea. Yeah. And just throw it out there. Be like, what if? Yeah. And so then someone has to go. Like, this is what I always go back to. This is my motto in life. You know how people, like, you've been on the podcast before. We've talked very frank about things. We've talked openly about struggles that there's been becoming a parent, other things like this. But my motto in life that always keeps me going, in this line of work especially. Yeah. Being a Nazi, in this line of work, as I'm sitting here in an Adidas, like, this is what we look like, modern Nazis.
This is our doing.
But at some point, somebody somewhere came up with an idea for a film script. Yeah. In which an old Nazi doctor decides to people traffic 3 individuals, and then he's like, I'm going to sew their mouths to another person's arsehole and make a centipede. Yeah. Now, I would step in and be like, I think it's more of just like a regular bug with like 6 legs, not centipede. Yeah. You need to have plenty more. You need to have at least 25 people there with all their limbs. Like, you could fuck Pistorius in there and then you really just fucked it all up. But and he'd be a wee live wire. Yeah. But someone's gone, this is an idea, and then they've gone, to write it, and then they've had to get in touch with someone and be like an agent to be like,
Yeah.
I have an idea for a script, and the agent's like, tell me about it,
Pitch it to me.
and then they've done it, and that agent's not gone, fuck's wrong with you,
Yeah.
go to therapy.
Yeah.
The agent's gone, I maybe know a couple of commissioners that want to look at this. So then this guy with the idea has gone to his agent, he's gone to the commissioner. Commissioner's like, maybe you need to try and seek a bit of finance here.
Yeah.
And then they ring a bank and they're like, listen, we want to make this film. Oh, nice, a feature film. What's it about? Well,
let me tell you,
it's about an old Nazi who, you know, for lack of a better term, you know, he's got a bit of spare time. So what he wants to do, he wants to sew someone to another, like as in like a Siamese twin type Frankenstein. No, he wants to sew the mouth to the arm. Could they not just pull away? No. He wants to sew, and then one's going to eat. He's going to force feed the first one. He's going to shite into the second one. He shites into the third one, and he's like, "Can we have your money? How much?" I know, 20 mil should do it. Someone's sitting there going on the Bet365 going, "Do you cash out, do you not?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then that's been made.
No, they made a sequel or two.
Several.
Yeah. And just add more people.
Yeah.
Each time.
And where does it go? It's like Hands Across America, you know, like that thing. But it's just like,
And anal hands across America.
yeah. But then what? But I just cannot fathom how that got made. Like there's some shows I've seen. Like I've been watching a few sitcoms recently that I've put on iPlayer and gone, how the fuck's that got made?
Yeah.
But I've never gone like, how has this idea come into fruition more than the human centipede?
Yeah, I mean it's real bottom of the barrel thinking. Where they're thinking we need some. I think it was because of like Saw and things like that. The whole gross out vibe was definitely still prevalent, and then they were like, "What if we did this where they're sold via their arseholes?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it had to be a Nazi doctor. And by the way, the guy who played that doctor is the most Nazi-looking Nazi doctor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think he's an actor. I think he's a legit Nazi doctor. And they're like, we're just going to put a couple of GoPros in your house continuously. And hopefully in 6 months' time, there's enough footage of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, listen, what we'll do, it's going to be like Big Brother. You just work away. There's
Day 21.
Yeah.
Imagine being the third person.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first two have happened and you're like, so I'm next.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of being an Argos when you're waiting for your thing. Yeah. When you're buzzing that you're next. When you're like collection point A, unbelievable. Yeah. You don't want to be collection point C in the human centipede scenario.
But to be fair, the first guy's having a decent time.
Yeah, the guy in the middle child syndrome. Oh.
Yeah. The first one's just getting rimmed, really. Yeah. And just constantly rimmed. Yeah. You know, like you've heard of the constant gardener. Here's a constant rimmer.
I haven't seen the film, but obviously I got the gist from what you said. So what happens when they're all sewn together? Does he just go, right, well, fuck off now, go back to working in TK Maxx?
No, I think he force feeds them.
Yeah.
Just try and kill them with shite. Yeah. Really.
Or see it like, because obviously it's one big continuous West Link.
Yeah.
It's the West Link. Really,
but yeah, it's just such a weird concept. No.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah. Dave, it's a very weird concept. The human centipede. What movie reviews by Dave? Fucking weird, that human centipede.
Day 15.
Day 21.
Goodness lost a run of himself. He's force feeding Shelley some shite. He's going to pass it on to Bing.
Go to that wee fucking shite beanbag here in the diary room and be like, would you fucking cooperate? It's my turn.
He's like, what you say there? Fucking speak up.
I need to fart. I'm so sorry.
No, cat got your tongue. Nah, my hole does.
Hopefully you're not celiac. Eat the sandwich.
But I mean, I still...
I'm on a diet. I don't give a fuck. I'm not more to Deliveroo.
Listen, you gotta live and let live.
Yeah. You need to get on with it.
Yeah, I know. Imagine, but if you are like if the first guy is celiac and they fire him a big loaf of Hovis and he just gets the skitters. How are you keeping the skitters in? You need to be. Yeah, I mean,
that's why they made sequels.
Yeah, the more I say it, the more I'm like, I'd be keen to see how this pans out.
Bad pans out, probably. Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know what I watched a wee bit of this. I see like a wee bit of the sequel, and it was obviously someone who seen the first film, so it was like a very meta thing, and he was the creepiest looking. He looked like someone that would play like a bug on a science fiction show where he's like a human but he's a bug. Yeah, very sweaty. Yeah. Oh, like heavy me? Dude. No, very. He wore glasses, like Elijah Wood in Sin City, but really overweight. That sort of
Elijah Wood in Sin City is the creepiest bastard of all.
Oh yeah, but he ate the people.
Yeah, and then he got murked, didn't he? Got
Yeah.
up by wolves or something, didn't he? Dogs?
Mickey Rourke got him.
Dogs.
Mickey Rourke. Not enough surgery, Mickey.
No, you know what? That, speaking of films and Davy's film reviews,
Yeah.
Sin City 2, hated it.
Yeah. Do you think they left it too long?
I just
to do the
think,
sequel?
yeah, I think Sin City was, it's my top
lethal.
5 easy.
Oh, it's lethal,
Easy.
no doubt.
Love it.
I mean, it's
Like yellow bastard.
Yeah.
Yellow country.
Yeah, back to the Chinese people.
Yeah.
Cut that.
No, keep it in.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something about having a successful film, and then if you leave it too long to do the sequel, the momentum's gone. Because Sin City 2, if you look at it objectively, it's actually not a bad film, and it looks just as good as the first, but it just, the momentum wasn't there. There's only like maybe a few examples of like a long-standing sequel, like Blade Runner 2049,
Yeah.
Trainspotting 2,
Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking
I
exceptional.
haven't seen it, but I know it's on Now TV.
Have
which
you
I pay
watched-
for 'cause I'm doing very well.
Have you watched the original Top Gun?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
Did you like it?
I did indeed. I like
Well,
it for what it is.
You know what? I got forced to watch it because I'd never seen it.
Yeah,
And Catherine was like, you gotta watch it, it's brilliant.
yeah.
I don't know why she speaks like that.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Just let you watch it. It's absolutely brilliant,
It's
Dave. You've
brilliant.
got to watch it. And
Going to back.
I said, all right, I'll watch it. And then I was like, and she goes, here. Like, you know when someone's like, watches a film, but they don't watch the film, they watch you, go, well.
Yeah, what do you think?
And I'm like, oh, no, because then Goosey,
Yeah.
he gets goosed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he gets fully goosed.
Yeah.
And then she's like, is that not the saddest scene you've ever seen in a film ever or anything? And I was like, no, the end of Marley and Me was worse.
And the Marley and Me when Apollo Creed dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler. In
real.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
But I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then I just like, I didn't love it. I was like, it's just a wee bit, it's camp 80s.
It's dated as fuck.
You know? But then I was like, you know what? I'll get you to shut up and I'll watch Maverick.
Yeah. Very good, apparently.
Unbelievable.
I hear that.
Brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. And I was actually, you know, I was like, I felt like it was my ma watching. I was go, fuck, Maverick, no, fuck me, Maverick, come on, you're going to hit the fucking mountain, Maverick, you dick, pull it up.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I must get a watch of it, but
Oh,
I
it's
do like
great.
what you were saying there about having your other half just watch you to make
Yeah,
sure.
wow.
My dad was like that anytime he made me something to eat.
Uh-huh.
He'd look at me until I took a first bite
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
have enough? And I'm like, it's cheese and toast.
Yeah.
Like,
Be like,
what
you're doing well for yourself, son,
Yeah.
are you? And you're like, yeah. He goes, guess what that is? And you're like, what? Orphan.
yeah.
And you got to drink the blood and then fuck it. Yeah.
That's your sister.
Oh,
In between two bits of sourdough.
no. That'd be such a mug. Like, wasn't there one of the Hannibal films where he fed the buck his own brain?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like that, do you? Does it taste
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking.
It's fucking delicious. Tastes like that book I read.
yeah, dear. But yeah, Hannibal's another one. Some of the sequels were good and some were so shit.
Yeah, I really liked the one that your man who did the guy who directed Rush Hour, who I think has been cancelled, funny enough, too. Brett Ratner did one. Red Dragon, maybe.
Oh,
Red Dragon was good.
it's tremendous.
Hannibal, the one Hannibal I didn't like.
Didn't like Hannibal.
Silence of the Lambs I
with
liked.
Mason Verger, the wee
Oh, wow.
there's like
Mason Verger. Yeah.
Stephen Hawking meets fucking
Me.
Simon Weston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
no, I didn't
a
like
guy.
that.
And he gets eaten by the pigs and all.
Yeah. No, I like the TV show. Did you see any of that?
No, because
It's on Netflix.
you know why I didn't watch it? Because
too sexy.
I only like it when Hannibal speaks like this.
Yeah.
If he doesn't speak like this, it's not Hannibal for me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a big camp.
You know, just
Yeah.
real sassy.
Yeah, census taker once tried to test me. Like, see, even the way he like beats the guy in the original Silence of the Lambs with the fucking baton. He's like,
You're right, he's
Yeah.
very flamboyant,
Yeah.
actually. He's very, like, expressive.
yeah, he's just ridiculous. But then Dr. Lecter.
Yeah.
Lecter's a great name, isn't it?
Oh, for
Lecter. But see the bit where he's wearing the guy's face in the
Yeah.
lift. That's a great.
Oh, yeah,
monologue
that's
there.
a great bit.
It's a great film. But then the second one, you're like, oh, but then he comes back with Red Dragon with the old fucking, what's his name in it?
Big
Rafe Fiennes.
Rafe Fiennes and Big Eddie Norton in that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else is the guy who was really, really good and everyone's like he's the best actor of all time and he died of heroin? Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour
Yeah.
Hoffman. Was he in that?
Yeah,
I
Philip
haven't seen
Seymour
that
Hoffman.
one, almost.
You know the guy gets set on fire and pushed down the hill in a wee chair?
Yeah.
That's Seymour Hoffman.
That's the Seymour Hoff.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And the Red Dragon, Francis Dollarhide. Don't know how I remember that character name,
Yeah.
but yeah. He was great.
I'm a slut for a good character name, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I think in action films, it's usually like Arnie was obviously one of the best
Yeah.
for good characters, but my favourite. You ever seen Pacific Rim?
No,
Yeah, which is not the film you're thinking of.
yeah, some guy getting his hoop eaten in Hawaii. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Honolulu lick jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wearing a fucking like a wee skirt and all, like
Yeah.
a coconut bra. Blah.
Just hanging over the balcony like this. Getting his hoop absolutely doused.
Doused. Or doused. Pacific Rim. Idris Elba's in it, right?
Uh-huh.
Big Idris Elba. His character, Stacker Pentecost. Lethal. Stacker Pentecost.
I love that. Stacker
Stacker
Pentecost. Yeah.
Lethal.
Oh.
And
Stacker Pentecost.
that's a great one. Arnie, and then Nicolas Cage always had a few.
Yeah.
Cameron Poe and Con Air.
Yeah.
And then Memphis Reigns, I think, in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Memphis
Reigns, which is a fucking
Yeah.
very
What are some Arnold's names of characters? He's that because again Arnold. They name him does not match his voice.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, your man Kimball in Kindergarten Cock. Kindergarten Cock's the Illuminati.
yeah, no, yeah. That's a sequel coming out with P Diddy.
Oh, John Kimball. Yeah, that's it.
John Campbell. And then is he something like John Matrix or something in Predator?
Oh yeah, Matrix. Yeah,
Matrix.
and
Then there's probably a few more. I'm just don't know.
yeah,
He was called-
Commando. I'm gonna look up Schwarzenegger. You know what? We're going on Schwarzenegger. We're going Schwarzenegger.
He was like Douglas McQuaid or something in Total Recall.
Quaid. Yeah, isn't that one?
Something like that.
Douglas McQuaid.
And Stallone had a few. Is Marion Cobretti in Cobra, which is a very underrated.
Who's
film.
Mario Cabretti?
Marion Cobretti? And you ever seen Cobra? Stallone.
No, is that Stallone's character?
Yeah,
Marion.
Cobra was basically the film he left Beverly Hills Cop to go and do because he wanted to do a straight up pure action film. So remember Beverly Hills
Yeah.
Cop originally before Eddie Murphy came on.
Well, you know what? He made the right choice.
Yeah, I think that worked out good that we got Cobra and Beverly Hills Cop.
I agree. I'm just very excited at these boys. So hold on. So guess what? First of all, the character in Terminator.
I wouldn't have guessed that one.
It was the very first role he ever played was Hercules.
Hercules in New York, that's right. He's a
Predator.
John Matrix.
Dutch Schaefer.
What's John Matrix in? Is that
John
Commando? Or?
Matrix is I think it's Commando.
Yeah.
Let me see. Where is Commando? Commando's Colonel John Matrix. Yeah, tremendous. Predator, Dutch Schaefer.
Yeah.
The Running Man, Captain Benjamin Stuart Richards. Ivan Danko in Red Heat, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Twins. Julius Benedict.
Julius Benedict. That's right.
Yeah, Douglas Quaid, Total Recall.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
That's a great film.
John Kimball. Last Action Hero, Jack Slater.
Jack Slater.
That's a great name.
Belter, actually. Yeah.
Oh, what do you know what he's called in True Lies?
Oh, that song good.
Harry Tasker.
Harry Tasker.
Let's see. Oh yes, Erasure. John Kruger. That's a tremendous
What's
name.
he called in End of Days?
End of
Which
Days.
is a very underrated Arnie film.
You've just pulled this one out of here. Don't have a stab at it.
Oh no, I can't remember.
Detective Jericho Kane.
Jericho Kane. That's right. Oh my god, that's a very underrated Arnie.
Jericho Kane's a tremendous
Kane.
name
Because it sounds like Jarek O'Kane, as if like the
Yeah.
second name's O'Kane.
But then what's Jarek? That's the name. My name is Jericho Kane.
It should have been Derek, but they were blocked.
Yeah, this is fucking Jericho Kane.
That's what I loved about the Expendables films. They obviously they knew that obviously action stars usually had really good character names. So like Terry Crews in the Expendables is called Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? The guy who used to be in the FC, Randy
Couture.
He's called Toll Road.
Toll Road.
Yeah. And
wow.
I think Statham's Lee Christmas. When Gibson was in it, he was Conrad Stonebanks. Like,
Barney Ross.
Barney Ross is Stallone, isn't it? Then
Steve Austin, Payne.
is that it?
Yeah, it's Payne.
Just Payne. Class.
Yeah, Hail Caesar's Terry Crews. Yeah.
Is there somebody Gunners? Is it Dolph Lundgren's called Gunner or something?
Oh, he's
Gunnar.
not in the first. Oh yes, Gunnar Jensen. Gunnar Jensen. Come on. Oh, what a film.
The best thing in the world is if you ever get DVDs, which is old school.
I love DVDs.
When Arnie does commentary to any of his films, which is a usual feature of DVDs, that usually has like behind the scenes stories and trivia and all, but Arnie just like it's like audio description for the blind.
Yeah.
And you see now I'm running because he believes that I am a criminal, but I am not a criminal, as you will find out later in the film.
Yeah.
And he just explains.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, I am wearing jeans and I am running, still running, and I go through the scanner. And like you just say, it's actually weirdly funny. So, I am running because I'm afraid. Because they believe that I am Douglas Quaid, but really my mind has been... And he's just like... He kind of spoils like most of the film.
Yeah.
He's like, when I'm on Mars.
Yeah, but you know what I would rather him do? I'd rather him talk about his physique. He's like, you might be able to see that still got incredible pump.
Yes, I
did arms.
Yes.
I did triceps and biceps a day. I'm feeling so great.
I was Macaulay bulking all day.
Yeah.
And also did a workout. And
And right now my cock is 16 tog. I don't know why it's like whatever language that is, but
I just want Arnie to like narrate like the Nolan show or something. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But you know,
Up the hoods, everybody, up the hoods.
he has a podcast now
Arnie?
called Pump Club.
Really?
But it's every day and it's like 7 minutes.
Right?
But like the most, like, you know, if someone had on a podcast a saying that you say all the time or
Yeah.
a slogan, his is, as research suggests, and he just says about like new gym stuff or
Yeah.
like proteins and all. You need to have more protein at breakfast, otherwise you die.
Yeah.
You know, you will not be hungry at lunch if you eat the protein at breakfast time. Come on.
Lots of eggs. Get the eggs into you.
But yeah, it's just recent research suggests.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Would you have Arnie at like a celebrity? No, they always ask like who would be your ideal dinner party. Would you have Arnie at it?
I think he's my Mount Rushmore
These
celebrities.
halloumi fries are lovely, David. Thank you.
Douglas McQuaid,
Yes.
sit down.
You have a top quality air fryer.
Like who would you say, right? If you had to, like, you know when you fangirl and fanboy about people,
Mm-hmm.
if you could meet your Mount Rushmore of 4 celebrities, it'd be like, I would lose my shit if I met them. Like, here's the way I gauge it. I don't think I would stop any celebrity and ask for a photo, really, because I think I'd be too scundered to record day. You know, I'd be like, I'd just be like, I'd look at them, be like, try and give them a wee nod or something, but they go, can I have a selfie? I need to be blocked or something.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
if you'd ones who are like, I don't care, they're there,
Yeah.
and I want to, like, Arnie would be one. I'd be like, listen, can I have this for my mantelpiece forever?
Did I tell you, a good couple of months ago, I went down to the Centra in Cathedral Quarter, which is owned by my old boss, because they were doing the football special craft beer. This is a long story. And I walked down through the Cathedral Quarter past, the Friend at Hand whiskey shop.
Yes.
And this sort of black limo pulled up outside it. And when you're walking past and you sort of double take, and it was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Swear to fuck.
Oh, yes.
And he was here, remember, for his birthday, and
Yeah.
he's launching a whiskey, if it's launched already maybe, or it's en route.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. So like I was like, that definitely couldn't be him. And then I sort of had a very quick Google. It was Jean-Claude Van Damme, Belfast, and it was on Belfast Live that he was over. And I was like, for fuck's sake, I'd love to meet him. No retreat, no surrender.
Yeah.
It's a whole different meaning when he's over here.
Yeah.
Like. But I love, like, who doesn't love Van Damme? Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't take himself too fucking
But
seriously.
then he ended up hanging about with a load of like local influencer celebrity types, and I was like, oh, Jean-Claude, you've let yourself down there.
in Belfast?
Yeah.
Did
Like
he
a lot of
really?
people at this event being like,
Yeah.
it's like, shut up.
Jean-Claude,
Jean-Claude.
where's the top 5 places to get a burger in Belfast? Is it
Yeah.
that sort of level? They're
Yeah.
all holding the fort. See,
Oh.
get a mic. You fucking see, like, I don't know how you start out as an influencer, by the way. Just decide one day I'm going to be an influencer, and I assume you have to work your way up the ladder.
Yeah.
So you can't just be like, I'm going to start endorsing Alfa Romeo
But
and Tom Ford. It's going to be like Vitazaid and
Yeah.
5 litres for £1.
yeah, you have to get somewhere. You need brand
just jumping
identity.
on here, guys, to talk to you
Yeah.
about.
You need earrings for a start.
Oh yeah, you need
You
earrings.
got earrings.
You need to flick your bean aggressively,
Yeah.
but not address it.
No. And then you need lots of rings where if you're a guy. You interview people through your phone like that.
Oh, exactly.
And you have to say, like, because there's one I saw recently of a guy, and I don't know why it annoyed me so much. He was asking people to name 3 things they like about, I don't know, like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, and he just kept going, name me 3 things. Name me 3 things. I was like, you're not a host.
properly.
You're not a presenter. Why are you doing this? And then it's like people do stuff just for fun, like that. Like, yeah, I get you can do stuff that's maybe not going to pay, like, as a hobby.
Yeah.
Why would interviewing random people on the street be a fucking why?
Brutal. See, the ones that really get me is like, here's the top 10 places to get a burger in Belfast. I'm like, there probably only is about 10 really.
McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC technically do a burger, tribal burger, Bunsen burger. It's like they're not going to like Anthony Bourdain levels. They're going, here's a very niche place in Donegal.
But you know what part of the problem is that the move towards everything has to be so short. People's attention spans are so fucking shit. I like I said earlier, getting balls deep into things like the North Sea.
Yeah,
I want to. If I'm watching the North Sea, I want 45 minutes of people's lives ending in the North Sea. I want dangerous shipping accidents, and that's what I want. But I don't want. I hate, and it's like, no, here's a day in the life off, and it's like 13 seconds. Like, I got up, I had a shower, I went to work, and then I came home, had my dinner, went to bed.
Yeah,
like, who's watching that going? Class.
Yeah, and giving it a wee like and be like, I feel better for seeing that. Oh, this guy had pure gym at 6:10, and then he had a chai latte. And he's like, and then I answered some emails.
I know. That's the one that kills me.
Yeah.
It's always like just someone in the Mac.
Yeah. Answering a spam.
Working. Yeah. Fuck me.
Just going like,
do you have a small dick and want the boner? Yeah, do.
I'll send you some money once I got a chance.
Yeah.
Because I can afford it.
Yeah.
So,
hello, it's Prince of Gogo looking, by the way. I somehow used to buck your granny who left an absolute fortune in my fucking gaff here.
It's again, but how do you start out doing that? Like, if you're getting any sort of traction, you're not going straight to like places in Victoria Square and up market places. You must be just going, I'm here pound stretcher.
Yeah.
Here's the guys at Jay's Fluid that sent me some to the flat here. And
I'm a cash converter here. What do you have?
Give me, and then
I tell you what, that'd be a fucking show. An influencer cash verse. What have you got? Oh, gambling debts, nice one. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just I'm auctioning my grandpa's urn here. Nice one. Do you get to keep the contents? Now you keep that there.
I want to see just.
There's a sketch.
the cash converter's life. This, like, you know, the audacity of people in Northern Ireland. All they know is I can put in something and maybe get money for it. That's all they see. So is there somebody walking in with 2/3 of an Nissan Micra going, what can you do that?
But listen,
here's a Dreamcast that I found.
Like, see all like the motivation guys these days are like this, and you gotta believe you can do whatever you want. Never, and this is the one thing I do have a problem with the motivation guys when they go, never take no for an answer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Fancy a buck? No.
Yeah. Well, tough.
Yeah, that's where the problems arise. But
you have to clap first.
But those guys, like, there are people here who are renowned for stroking copper off houses and somehow sell it. Who's buying that shit and what they want with it? You know,
I love
just weird.
Those like motivators that say like, I'm self-made, I do everything myself, and I'm like, you're not even filming yourself. No. Right now. There's some dickhead for £8 standing holding your phone. And maybe holding his phone as a light.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that too.
Yeah.
And see,
I'm going to start walking about 2 seconds in.
Yeah. And you know what, another thing I really hate? People in like the videos like getting on like the rappers. They're like, listen, do you have a business that needs help? I'm going to help you how to make your gym business make more money. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just sit with your fucking hands. Yeah. And another thing I hate is when politicians do this. They're like they do this so it's not aggressive to point. I'm like, that is so gimpy and unnatural. You know what I'd rather someone do? Be in there like you're Keir Starmer. You're there and you're facing fucking Rishi Sunak. Go, fuck up, Sunak. Would you just fuck up? And the guy's like, this is not becoming of the chamber. And you're like, you can fucking swivel on these as well. You cunt.
Instead of just
half-arsed. And that's it. Why people don't talk about how shit the banter is in the Houses of Commons, I don't know. Like, and it's like, and whenever they deliver, he's like, "Well, you're trying to tell us that our approach to the economy is wrong. Well, how did that deal that you set up last year?" And it's here. And he's like,
The thing is about, remember when people lost the BAP, that they found out during COVID that there was parties in the Houses of Parliament. And they're like, obviously annoyed that they broke COVID rules, but also that they were allowed to have a party. I'm like, you hardly missed out.
No.
On a lit affair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's hardly like, just like, I had too many crumpets at that party last night. Like, fuck.
But then people are like, you're in there having a party. My granda was dying by himself.
And
then you're like, well, he wouldn't have been any crack at this party.
Exactly. What would he have done? Like, people taking the oxygen tank.
Woo! Be like, he took the wrong one. No, fuck. Bollocks.
Always in my life, and that scooter track. I guarantee that House Parliament party doesn't compare to just jumping to the half field and going back to the Holy Lands.
Oh man, there's nothing better than just being in the pub, just having the crack with people that are settled. Yeah, and it's fun.
I remember one of the first sort of post-COVID parties I went to. Now, we didn't go back to the Holy Lands, but it did involve a stop at the Hatfield for a carry-out. And
that's still
mate. And we went back to my mate's gaff, and it was that lovely. This is one of the first times after COVID was semi done. It did look like lockdown was done. It's never going to happen again. And you know that awkward moment where you realise that you bought a bottle of Glen's vodka or something, but nobody has any fucking mixer.
Yeah.
And just that person forgetting that reminded me of the old days, because everybody forgets mixer.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going, that's a fucking beautiful moment. And then obviously they have to get creative and have vodka and crisp and dry or some shit, but just whatever's in the house.
Tell you what, I'd get you pretty blocked pretty quick, because it would separate
the
oil and the vodka. You'd just be like just a really full stomach, but
like salad dressing or something. Fuck me. I remember I talked about that. Remember when there was comedy gigs in the Hatfield, and then the staff spoke to me going, shh, but don't be saying about the carry-outs. I'm like, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Like some sort of fucking Al Capone type fucking prohibition, motherfucker. Shh, don't.
Well kept secret.
Yeah. And the fucking the PSNR whipping around, one of those wee old. Somebody having a little shifty in here. Like, no.
Is it Hannibal again?
Yeah. Can I have a nice little bottle of Buckfast?
Yeah. Like a bottle of Contro. He would get some swag. He's not getting the deck of Rockshore.
But then he would, but if he's from here and he tries to be a bit of, give me a quarter bottle of Goldschlager.
Trying to have an espresso martini, free the mask. Him taking the kegs off, put himself on it.
I fucking miss that. Like, I drove past my old student house there the other day.
Whereabouts is it?
Stranmillis, 58 Stranmillis Gardens. Big shout out if you're ever there.
Very nice.
And it looks just derelict now. It was sad. Great memories in that house.
I
nearly died in that house several times, but once
really?
I was completely. You'd hit the Irish goodbye from the bar because you are bladdered, completely fucking boogaloo, and you head home. For whatever reason, we had a pre-drinks in ours, and see nowadays, I hate the way the new generation are like, we've invented pre's. It's called pre's. No, it's called pre-drinks. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But pre-drinks were never just, let's have a couple of drinks and go to a club. It was, let's get fucking blootered so we don't have to spend anything in the club. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think this particular night there was, forgive me, they may be two separate nights that have blurred into one.
Yeah.
But it was either one night where I drank a full litre of vodka, but mixed it with, the C&C Blackcurrant. And I thought I couldn't taste the vodka. I was just drinking pints of it. And then I think that was the night that I knew both these nights I ended up in several states of undress.
Yeah.
And one I stood over my desk in my room and just booked. It was fucking horrendous. And then the other time, I got home early. And we'd been drinking. It was Halloween, I think, because there was some fancy gear about. So I got in. My floor had there was drinks spilt all over it, so it was sticky. So my drunk state, I'm like, I'll just take all my clothes off. I was warm too, actually. So I was warm, and I took my clothes off. And then I went to get on the floor and it was sticky. So I was like, fuck, I don't want sticky, dirty feet in the morning to deal with. So I grabbed a pair of, and it was just, I left like formal work shoes or something, like just brown, like black leather work shoes that I would have worn with a suit at the time or something. Yeah. Put those on, headed up the stairs. And I was getting upstairs. We had single pane glass in that house. I was like, that's actually, I'm not warm after all. I'd walked home from the bar and a man of my size gets a bit of a heat on. But I'm freezing now. I can feel the old nips tightening up. So I reached to the stairs and I had like a jacket hanging over it, but what it was a leather jacket with the sleeves cut off for some fancy dress outfit. So
like grease or something.
Yeah, it was fucking very freaking. It was mad. So I put that on, and that's all I'm wearing now. You can imagine is these black formal shoes untied and this leather jacket with no sleeves, nothing else. I got up the stairs and I'm like, look in the bathroom. We had the shower. And I think we mightn't have had a toilet. No, I think that's right, we didn't have a toilet. It was in a different room. I think, and the shower and the sink were there, I think. And I tried to poke in the sink and then it was clogging up. Oh my god. So I was like, what I'll do, in my drunk mind again, look at the sink being like, it's clogging up. I need a constant flow of water. So I just like, I know what I'll do, I'll turn the shower on. I'll lie in the shower basin and just poke. So I did that, and then I got found by my housemate he was like, I didn't know what had happened. I was like, why are you just dressed in leather with no trousers on? He's like, have I ended up in Barrymore's? Like, I didn't know what's going on. I was like, sorry about that, man, just a couple of drinks. And in my drunk mind, it was like, it makes total logical sense. Didn't want sticky feet and got a bit cold.
Was that what you used to drink back in the student days? Was it vodka and blackcurrant sort of vibes? Or were you
sometimes
still a pinter?
No, my carry out pre-drink standard, like I would on most average nights to be a 6-pack of Coors Light and a bottle of Buckfast. That would be the kind of standard pre-drinks. And I felt that was the perfect level of drunkenness. Now, this is why I'm a stupid bastard, because that is the perfect level of drunkenness.
Oh yeah.
You don't need to add to it.
Yeah.
So if you drink that and then go out and add to it, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, completely blootered.
Yeah.
You know?
I find like once you get to the comfortable stage of going, this is my carry out, once you deviate from it, even when you're younger and you have
Don't know why you sounded like Martin McCutcheon there.
I know.
This is my carry out.
I remember the first time I ever drank, like this is the first energy drink I've had in a long time. I usually
And you're feeling good.
I'm off my tits.
Yeah.
Cacks off. The first time I ever had vodka Red Bull. Never ever drank it. Just had no interest. And I don't drink Red Bull. It was a very strange. It was in Cuckoo, old school Cuckoo. I was off my nut, but it was strange. When I got home, definitely blocked. But whatever happened, because it was new to me, mentally, still steaming, but physically, I sort of sobered up. So I got very productive in the flat. So I was by myself, and honestly, it was like I did the dishes. I've never been as productive in my fucking life. I might as well have done my CV. And but no, like, but my head, I'm still drunk, but physically smashing it, like absolutely blowing every task out of the water. But again, it was kind of askew because we had like a big sort of pedal bin, like this height, and I was like, fuck, that bin needs emptied, which it did. But for whatever reason, I took out the bag in the pedal bin, put it in a black bag, and then I also put the bin into the bag and binned the whole bag. I came in the next day going, fucking binception. I was like, fucking hell. There's like, I put the bin bag in a bin bag along with the bin, and it took me ages to tie it up, and still didn't twig that maybe you don't need the bin itself.
And did you recover the bin, or did you?
No, because it was my old flat building was like an American style trash shit.
Oh no!
And I don't know where it went to this day. Probably fucking Lurgan or somewhere. But
they probably got the police out and thought it was a body.
I just bin the whole bin. Just go, what the fuck did you do that for? Thank God I didn't try and like, you know, just put all the dishes into a bag or something.
Did you come clean about it? I'd be like,
if I had been more drunk, I would have been trying to clean the washing up like. Your
flatmate's not come down next day and be like, "Fuck's this bin?
Where's the bin?" I'm like, here. Don't know why we've been robbed. The PS4 is still here. Everything's here, but someone got to.
But this fucking absolutely, this sweet Britvic fucking pedal bin's all gone.
Like, it took me ages to get the big bag tied with the bin and the bin bag in it.
Fucking course it did, because the bin bag is sized to go into the bin. It's not sized to put the bin in the bag.
And it wasn't like the handy, like, you know, you got the wee yellow handles. You just fling them up like the duvet, full circle, kill yourself, and then you know what I mean. It was like one of those ones where you have to sort of highlight each end.
Like, but this is another thing, people don't have the fucking struggles of our generation. Bin bags didn't have anything to tie.
You just had to fucking scrunch it up together and then just hope for the best.
I remember once my dad was getting fucking really pissed off tying the bin one day, and he couldn't fucking do it for whatever reason. He just couldn't get he couldn't find any ends, and fucker just lifted up with sellotape. They're fucking fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what here. Dragon's Den. Do that for sure.
Yeah, imagine that. It'd be fucking great pitch, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, for this idea, tell me about it. Well, it's just sellotape around a bin. In. But but do you ever think, like, there's so many things now you just take for granted that before we sort of lived with?
Yeah.
Like internet and the phone was the obvious one.
Yeah.
But you know another thing that I'm a wild user for now, you know, like we clips to like close a bread or like close a pack of pancakes.
I love them, man.
Everywhere. And then afterwards you take them up to the bedroom, clip your nips and bust one.
Yeah. They're pound shop nipple tassels really, aren't they? But here, that's the thing, you get clips to keep stuff fresh because you still need to enjoy yourself as parents. Like, sometimes like I'll see my phone screen, full brightness, Dave. Don't give a fuck. I don't care. Thug life, come at me.
And do you think that's
not too close to my bedtime for an sleep?
And don't actually come at you because horrific, please God.
Yeah.
But do you find, like, if you were to go back, say 10 years, and if you were to chat to you, do you think you would have much in common?
No.
Like as people?
Probably not. I mean, I'm still happy to have grown up in the years I did, where I had a pre-internet vibe, and then I remember like BT Cellnet and Nokia 3310s. And
Middlesbrough.
When your phone had colour, you're like, here, this is unbelievable. I was thinking about this the other day, about like certain people are lucky to be born when they were, because obviously I was thinking about Hawking.
Now you sound old. Yeah.
Hawking was very lucky to be born when he was, because even if he had been born 10, 15 years earlier, the technology wouldn't have existed to keep him alive.
Yeah.
You know, the actual machinery needed to keep him alive wouldn't have existed. So if he was born with all the fucking shakes and all,
Yeah.
What would they have done with him? Like, just put him in a fucking penny farthing and wheel him about? I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was fucking lucky.
Yeah, but then he was born maybe too soon, because if he had been born a wee while later, he could be like crying.
Even 10 years later, he could have been an air fryer. Like,
Yeah.
he could have had his own. He could have been an Alexa.
Yeah. I know. Imagine him just going, 15 minutes for your sausages.
Yeah.
Temperature 180.
Yeah. Do you know if you whisper to Alexa, Alexa whispers back?
Nope.
I thought you would have known this as a parent, but no, the way sometimes we use it for like turning on a lot of things in my son's room.
Oh,
so I'll be like, Alexa,
yeah.
turn on the plug.
Yeah.
We have a wee air purifier for his allergies and stuff.
Mhm.
Turn on the plug. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Whispers back, dirty bitch.
Is it a bit freaky?
But it's a wee bit sinister when like, your time is up. And you're like,
yeah.
here, leave me alone.
Yeah, no, I don't have an Alexa in my house. My mum has it, but my mum just shouts at it because she doesn't pay for whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
So it's like, we are playing songs similar to, and then never got the right one. And then she just shouts, fuck no, Alexa, I want that song. And I'm like, the kids are there, mum, stop fucking swearing at Alexa, having a full fight with it.
Yeah.
But
the old people just don't get the Alexa.
no, and like, so say, right, I'm talking to how old are you now?
34.
That's a bad run. Say I'm talking to 24-year-old Woodsy,
Yeah.
and 24-year-old Woodsy is planning an ideal Friday night. What
Yeah.
does that look like for 24-year-old Woodsy?
Right, so I'm trying to think, what was I doing when I was 24? I was still gigging. I was with Lisa. But an ideal Friday night would have been if I had my whole existence to myself.
Yes. Lisa's gone home.
And this is back in the day when your mates would have been available.
And
for
your
things to-
and your mates are like being like they've got let's go and do something.
Yeah,
right?
I would have kept it very simple. I'm like, let's just get blocked in the house and go out. Because I still sort of semi-pine for those days, because it's hard to get that.
Oh, it's a
Like
nightmare.
unless you plan 7 months in advance.
And nobody has any stamina anymore.
Oh, no,
and
it's
I'm the worst for it and don't care.
completely out the window.
All right, so you're there, you ring up the fellas. What's the plan? And remember, this is not you now. You have to put out a mind, because now I'd be thinking, go for a bit of dinner. No.
It would have been big carry out. I would be living in Stranmillisy, sort of student.
What's the
vibes.
carry out of choice at this time?
It used to get Corona was actually a big one for me, and then I would get the odd wee half bottle of Bucky just to keep you right.
Yeah.
Because it never fails. No one's ever drunk Buckfast and been fine.
No.
There's no stories. Sometimes you could have a few beers, and you're like, I was dead on. No one's had like half a bottle of Buck, and so I was spot on.
No, do you remember your first suck of Buck? First taste?
I do.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
It was in the canal basin in Strabane. Now I should elaborate.
that-
It's not full of water. It's
Right,
what
okay.
it's just what the place is called.
It's a bar, is it?
No, it's just literally a spot called the canal basin.
Oh, right.
It's just outside because you weren't allowed in bars. So it was basically you'd sit there with carryouts, and the advice that people would give you was get carryouts that involve tins or ghost lager, because it was obviously in plastic bottles, because when the cops drive past you could keep it in the bag and fling it in the bush
Yeah.
very quickly, and no one would know you were drinking. You could just be like, we're just down here for the ambience.
Yeah.
Cops piss off, and then you could just get your carryout from a bush. And then people used to, because it was good crack, so you get people that drink a bit of the carryout, leave in the bush, then go to the bar, and then when the bar's shut, they'll come back to the canal and
They carry it?
work away at the rest of the carryout.
Yeah, my first drink of Buckfast was fucking gross. Looking back to it, we had a house party and someone had left a pint of it sitting
Pint of Buck.
on the mantelpiece.
It doesn't look nice in a glass.
No.
It has to stay in the bottle.
But I was cleaning it and didn't know what it was, so instead of smelling it, I went, I'll have a sip of that. And I
Yeah.
went, that's nice. What's that? And they're like, it's Buckfast. And then but then you know what? It's like we recently were chatting, but I don't know when my last Buckfast was. I don't think I don't, and then I don't know if I'll ever drink Buckfast again. I want to say I think.
Could we agree that like at some point this year we'll just go for drinks and Buckfast will feature?
Yes.
Some point
let's
this year.
do it,
That's fair. I
But
think.
you know what? Can I just jump in on that? I think we've maybe been for drinks like properly a couple of times, but the best was before Johnny Bo's wedding.
Yeah.
That
Shout out to Fieldies. What a sport.
see nowadays, that is my favourite. Just in a pub,
100%, yeah.
crack. Old
Yeah.
me would have been like snore, but
Yeah.
now love it.
Yeah, particularly if you've like that sort of setup, but jukebox control instead of people playing loads of fucking new shite where you could just stick on a bit of corn.
Yeah. But corn,
Bit of corn, bit of Kid Rock.
corn would be so weird in Fieldies, wouldn't it?
Fieldies.
Yeah.
That'd be class.
They're on one of my bucket lists. There'd be people I'd like to meet, like celebrities.
Corn?
Corn would be there. Jonathan
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah, would they be back to your original question about the Mount Rushmore people you'd like to meet, would Jonathan Davis be in there?
He could
Hello,
be.
Dave.
Yeah.
It's very Bowie at times,
Alan
isn't
Carr.
it? Yeah, it's been Bowie and Alan Carr
Yeah.
together. His
Hello.
corn. Freak on a leash.
May. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
But it's he would be someone that if I did see him, I'd be like, oh, do you want to get a photo? And I mean, I'm dressed like original Corn here.
That is
I
very
look
old
like
school, Corn.
all of Corn together.
Oh yeah, you do.
But
Nobody
yeah.
sounds like Corn to this day.
No, but Corn are great.
They're lethal. Twisted transistor.
Yeah. Hello. But I don't know. Like music's hard to
Music
know
is hard.
who you'd like to meet.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who my all-time favorite. Neil Diamond would be on my favorite list of people.
Right enough.
I love him.
Yeah.
Seen him twice.
Have you?
Busted. You know, I love them. I'd
Yeah,
like to meet.
that's one of the last times we went for
Yeah.
pints was before Busted.
That was a great time, and I was snottered that night.
I remember going to the Ulster Sports Club. Lisa had never been, and I described it as like Phoenix Nights live.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Man, let's go in for a pint." And then we went into the wee back room, and I just seen you and your friend, and I was like, "Is that Dave Elliott?" But I didn't know what was going on. You were in watching the football. on
Yeah,
the big
Arsenal
screen.
Man City. Yeah,
And you said won, I believe. Did you win that?
yeah,
match?
1-1-0, Martinelli, yes.
And I was just like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And you were like, "Believe it or not, we're going to see Busted tonight." And I was like, "So are we." And
Yeah.
we had a great time.
That was a great
gig.
That was a great gig. Buster are great.
And Hanson did support.
Oh, what a moment.
Here, what a life to live.
That's it. I mean, you know what? It's time to go home.
Mm.
I mean, I think I think the last time we did a podcast, it got a wee bit heavy.
I think it
You
did
know?
actually. Yeah.
We were talking some serious moments, and that's good
We
to
kept
have.
it light. We just eating the fucking kids and
This was
Cheetos.
just silly. I can know, but everyone loves a dose of that. Like
you just-
everyone's good banter, isn't it?
People think lessy if you didn't address it.
I know. But speaking of addressing, is there anything you want to address before you go? Anything you have coming up? Where can people find you? What's happening?
When does this go out? Does it be next week or?
It's coming out on Thursday. This is coming out this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What day is today? Tuesday.
Let me see. The day this will be coming out will be the 18th.
Yeah. I'm in Hollywood again on Friday. Alexander's.
Yes.
Doing
Who's on there?
Me,
the
Butler,
Buttman?
and Kieran.
Okay.
And then top of the town, Antrim, this coming Saturday, which
Moe's
is
Funhouse.
this is the
Nice
21st.
time.
Then we're doing a charity gig on Sunday in the
So
Limelight.
we are. Now,
Yes.
do we get paid for that one?
For charity, probably not. I don't think we're the charity.
You know what? I feel like I've got a cold.
I'm in the Empire on Tuesday coming up,
Nice.
and
You know what? I haven't been in the Empire since. You know what? I have not. This is going to be mental. I have not gigged in the Empire for the comedy club since I've been a father.
Really?
Correct.
Would you go do it again soon?
Anytime if I was asked to do it, I absolutely
Yeah.
would do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. But I am. This is my problem, right? I am a stubborn guy.
Yeah,
So if I feel someone doesn't want to have me, I'm not going to ask.
yeah,
That being said, I've no outstanding beef.
yeah.
I'm not airing. I'm not making
Yeah.
I'm not like
There's no
making
trimmings.
fucking chorizo there.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
But the case is, see if someone's like, here, do you want a spot? I'd say I would love a spot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have a big gig booked for next year.
Mm-hmm.
If I'll just do it early next year to give myself some time to get back up to speed, because obviously I've only been back gigging regularly the last couple of months properly, like
Yeah.
properly.
But you're so annoying. See, as a mate.
Yeah,
Worst
I
guy.
did take a break for good reason, and then I came back for a bit,
Yeah.
and then
see-
I took a break again because knowing like your child first gets sick, the
Yeah.
whole family gets sick.
But
That
see,
wiped us out for like a
you
month and a
also
half.
have this thing that I appreciate is that like you are, and this is going to sound mental to some people, but you're all in with being a dad. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like your son, your wife, your family unit,
Yeah,
very important. More important to you than comedy.
yeah,
And I'm the same.
yeah,
And I think there are some people who are not like that, and
Yeah.
they would just want to be, everything else. That said,
yeah,
I still think like I have found that you have been cooking the last wee while as someone who we see a lot of stand up.
Yeah, we
Sometimes I like to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. When you're up, I'm enjoying watching. I like
Yeah.
what you're doing the last few times. Like the last run you did, if you want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking one of the best, man. It was fucking great.
I feel like the last wee run I've been on, particularly this month, is the strongest I felt
Yeah.
in a good while.
But it's
And the new stuff's going well because again,
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of new stuff when I came back.
Do you
That
know
kind
what?
of diminished me as well. I was like, I don't want to do
Another
Jerry
thing
Adams'
is,
cookbook again.
never,
Still will.
just never say you're going to you're taking a break.
Yeah.
Just take a step back without
Exactly.
saying you're breaking, because then you
Yeah.
put pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
Do that,
because
so
my initial plan was to do a biggish show in October of this year, because that's when the sort of anniversary is of doing stand-up. So, and then I was like, I'll just push it back to so it's around my birthday next year, so everybody knows when my birthday is. Public age, that's being finalised on Thursday.
If I were to roughly say what date's your birthday, what would you say?
I would say very early March.
Well, if I were to ask you for a date?
The 20th of February. Which is true. Whatever the last Saturday in February next year is provisionally booked for a spot. And
But
it's
all-
going to be
you know-
a special.
But all you need to do is just keep going.
Oh, for
And
sure.
keep-
I've loads this month. If you want to
Because-
come, most of them are sold out.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me, but top of the town in Antrim's 50% sold. So all you Antrim folk.
Can I just give a shout out to Top of Town?
Yeah.
That gig is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The audience is great. Jono's great. Adam's great.
I haven't done it since early post-COVID days.
It's better.
Where it was still restricted. and
It's
table
outside.
service stuff.
It's fucking great.
So
great
myself
spot.
and Willie T and Rachel McPeak.
You're loving it?
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then I'm doing Clan the Boy Golf Club
Oh, here.
for Andrew Ryan.
Have you done it before?
I haven't, no.
It
It's next month or something, I think. So
What do you call? What's the
Where's it
first
this
name of the drummer from Green Day?
Trey.
Mendes. That's what that gig is. Like Clanny Boy
Trey
Golf
Mendes.
Club. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really
Trey
good
BM.
gig.
Is it?
Trey. Oh, it's a Trey BM.
Trey
Yeah.
BM.
Who's on with you?
I have no idea.
Good. That's the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but no,
Yeah.
Clanny Boy's is a smashing gig. But what I like about it, it's a wee bit sort of secretive.
Yeah.
It's a wee bit sort of like Stonemasons, and I like it.
Yeah. It's the Stonemasons,
yeah.
staff night out we're doing.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
And
what I
then-
felt like about Copeland. Copeland feels
Yeah.
very kind of cool because
Yeah.
they announce it on the day and then it sells out, and then there's no publicity for it because they don't need it.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that? Did you?
I did enjoy Copeland. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Well, you know what? I still need to get you paid for that, but they've not paid me yet. So
No, that's all right. Don't be worried.
and see when I do, I'll get it out of my account because I don't like having other people's money.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Because I am a Protestant Catholic mix.
Yeah.
Not. I do. I don't know why I said that.
What about you? You're doing the lyric for
Yeah.
role play.
I'm doing the lyric on the 10th and 11th of May.
Yeah. When that
and,
sells out, get tickets to see me in the Opera House.
Yeah.
Doing
Oh,
Opera
why?
House tunes for the Curtain Call
Yeah.
series. Myself, and Connor Keys.
What's the Curtain Call series? Whose idea is that?
It's via Darren Matthews.
Yeah, you know what he
so-
shouldn't have done?
Yeah.
Booked the gigs in a theatre the exact same fucking nights that I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's per
Because
Darren.
now we're competing with one another.
Fair.
That's SLY.
But when his sells out, come see
Mhm.
us. So I'm headlining one and opening the other, and then Keezy's alternating with me. So if you like that Tyrone humour,
Yeah, well, you
If
know
you like
what?
Tyrone,
Maybe there will be a bomb scare at the Opera House that night.
yes,
Guys, maybe.
yeah,
Or maybe there won't be.
lyric would be great though.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
near to my house.
I know, but you can't fucking come. So it's like you even said you're going to pop in for a bit of crack, and then you're like, actually, now I have a full big gig myself.
No, I can still call in and say hello.
Yeah.
Who's opening for you at these? Have you booked somebody?
Alan Irwin.
Lovely stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah, big fan of Al as well.
Yeah, did the first gig the same night. Me and Al.
Both of you did the first.
Yeah, October 18th, 2010.
That's the weirdest thing. I am one of these guys. I don't know when my first gig was, what the date was.
It was
Weird.
Molly's parlour in Lisburn, wasn't it?
Yes, I know
Guy
that.
was at
That's
it.
it. Yeah,
Strangely
but
enough.
I don't know what date it was. I know, cause I've been through this every time you're on, but for the first, I hated you. For
I
the
know.
first few, because you were just every gig you were at, I was so shite, and you were like, "Well, fuck, you keep on trying there, lad." And I was
I
like,
know.
"Fuck off, you."
That's the way I feel about
Yeah.
Colin Murphy. I've
Yeah.
never really, until like Newry 2 weeks ago or something,
Yeah,
I just never feel like I do well enough because Murph's kind of like one of my guys from like
Yeah.
I want to do well in front of Colin Murphy,
yeah.
and it's always been okay. Like I've never put a real bad one, but
You always
the
want
la-
to do well in front of the people you like.
Oh,
you know?
100%. Yeah. So the last one in Newry, he was quoting some lines back to me, and I was like,
Huh.
"Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
That'll keep me going for the dark
Yeah.
times."
Okay, and he's one you love to get a wee nod from, because you know what? See, whenever I was in the Blame game last year, he put a wee post up about me, and I was just like, "You didn't need to do that, Colin."
Yeah.
But that's me at my wee day. And
Yeah.
like, of all the things that I've got, that you know
Yeah.
meant a lot.
Yeah, I got the same. Tim did the same for me when I did it, and it was very nice because it's a completely different muscle doing the
Yeah.
game. Because I did the radio, and I did the TV, and it was like when I did it for TV, it was in the alley in Strabane
Yeah.
Theatre. So the hometown thing kind of
Mhm.
got to me a wee bit. So like looking back, I was like, I could have done a bit better on the
Yeah.
game, to be honest. But it's a new muscle, so
Yeah, but I think that's the thing too. Like, it's fun to do, and again, I love all those guys, so it's like
Yeah.
it's fun to be in and around. And
100%.
and whenever I did the Blame game, Tim, he didn't tweet or put it on
He
social
does
media.
hate you.
He just messaged me after. I was like, "Do you know where I can get MDMA?" And I was like, "No, Tim, I don't."
You know where I got a bottle of Bells?
Yeah, listen, he brings his own bells.
Yeah.
He's a
BYOB.
Bell sponsored athlete. Yeah, bring your own bells.
Bell's palsy.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? If you got a free bottle out of it, I'm sure you'd probably go for it.
Oh, 100%.
See him, man. He's actually doing a gig with me this Friday.
In
Ecklandville down in.
very nice. So he's on Sunday as well.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, a charity gig. So he's fucking.
Fuck, there'll be no charity for this. That
Oh, jeez,
bastard.
he'll be getting
He'll be getting all the dough.
appearance fees.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you know where it's
getting
going?
25 grand for it.
I know, gross. Anyway, right, it's been a pleasure, Woodsy.
Good crack. Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure.
Good to see everybody.
Out
Look after
Feeders Day.
yourselves.
And Frank.
And Frank.
I'm the sly guy.